Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2013 Battleground live reactions. I'm here, it's me, Ian Izzle, aka Ashton, and as usual, I'm not alone. Of course, my mom is here. She loves to watch pay-per-views with us, big wrestling fan, like I said last time, but also, as usual,
come on, baby! The official Battleground pay-per-view, the first annual Battleground pay-per-view. I am so excited to be here. Ashton, this looks like, again, a solid card as we talked about in our discussion video last night. I'm excited for this. WWE Championship up for grabs, Punk versus Ryback, RVD versus Del Rio, Hardcore Rules. Sure to be a memorable show.
Absolutely. And I didn't actually watch the pre-show, but I did hear that naturally Ziggler won.
Absolutely. As we predicted, we're already 1-0.
A clean zigzag victory.
Mr. Money in the Bank loses again, but could that be a sign of things to come later tonight? I mean, we know how Money in the Bank usually works. I'll be keeping a close eye on the Hardcore Rules matchup. Is that what we're starting the pay-per-view with?
Holy crap, we're actually starting the pay-per-view with the frickin' world title match.
That is insane.
And we just had... Dude! Damian Sandow just competed. He just lost.
Yeah, that kind of diminishes the possibility of a cash-in to me, seeing as how he just had a match and there's not a lot of space between that match and this match. However, you know what, Ashton? I mean, we had a nice discussion about the World Heavyweight Championship last night. It really shouldn't surprise me its placement on the card with how it's been booked and treated as of late. But still, I can't help but be a little surprised.
Well, they're definitely trying to start the card off hot.
Look at Ricardo Rodriguez looking so supportive of his friend before he stabs him in the back.
Dude, I'm not even going to respond to that right now.
I'm telling you, man, I can only be wrong so many times.
I will not justify you constantly saying the same stuff.
Fine. But when it's finally proven right, then you'll all acknowledge me. And here it comes, Albert.
This guy even has the same freaking theme music as when he debuted 2 freaking years ago. The only difference is that it's a little bit more upbeat.
Yeah, Alberto Del No reaction.
I miss the old intro, the horns intro. When he came out the car?
Yeah, that was great. I miss his old theme music. To me, that was actually one of my favorite themes, to be honest, his old theme. There was an elegance and intensity to it, all wrapped into one. Now it just sounds like some cartoony version of it. It doesn't help him at all.
Marcelo Rodriguez and the Spanish announce table. Surely, I'm thinking it might even be this match that destroys that table.
Yeah, they just wanted to pan over to them to, seem gracious before their table gets destroyed yet again.
Oh, boy. Dude, Pink is taking over the world this month. It's in WWE. It's in the NFL. I'm already sick of it. If you want to support breast cancer, write a check.
Thank you, Ashton. You know what? We went through this last year, particularly with WWE, and they're doing it again now. The whole Susan G. Komen, ring ropes and all that stuff. And I'm like, look, I like that you can immerse yourself in a cause, but I think there are more productive ways that don't directly affect the product.
He said, ladies and gentlemen. He's supposed to say, damas y caballeros.
No job, Rob. Looking good tonight.
Not gonna job.
Uh-oh, Del Rio's instructing Lillian Garcia.
Damas y caballeros. She said ladies and gentlemen too, what the heck? Is she gonna? Dang it, why didn't she damas y caballeros? Dang it.
How much do you expect her to use her Spanish? Leave Lillian Garcia alone.
Okay, seriously though. Or was it Chris Crocker? It was Chris Crocker. Okay, Chris Crocker.
It was Crocker, yeah. Yeah, it was Crocker.
Chris Carter. He's a diva too. He's just a different kind of diva.
That's what it's all about.
One freaking NFL player gets arrested for DUI, and he's like, this guy has a problem, man. He needs to get into rehab before this takes over his life. It's like, dude, get over yourself. It was one time.
Shows you how riveting the world title picture is right now, as we see Del Rio in the early going with vicious headbutts. And, I was talking to Ashton last night, guys. WWE.com had an article where their editors, they had like 5 editors making picks. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Del Rio was actually the favorite 3-2. So
But it's the WWE, so no one cares.
exactly.
I wonder if Dolphins has made a post yet, or tweeted anything yet.
You gotta wonder if WWE Vacant is warming up for his big main event tonight. Triple threat him versus Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan. It'll be interesting to see because this is a hardcore match, but we're in a PG environment. Like how far they're going to take it. Because I think we've seen matches of this style before in a PG environment, and they actually turn out pretty well. But I'm curious, because it is RVD and stuff, and they really have to match.
No Dolphins spoilers. Sorry.
We don't need them. We have you now. Again, you have a better.
I am the prophet.
That is so ironic on so many levels. As we see, Van Dam now setting up the steel chair.
Yeah, it was also sarcasm.
Beautiful.
It's really funny, though, because, everyone's talking about how Dolphins 1925 is this, horrible, almost like borderline whistleblower, and he's, giving away all these spoilers for the WWE, but at the same time, if you just look at Vegas odds, they might as well be spoilers, because they've been, undefeated since probably at least as long as Dolphins.
No, it's crazy. I think, you know what? People just really look at the most logical route possible, and what a backstabber by Del Rio.
Yeah,
they look at the most logical outcome possible, and then they go with it. I've seen columnists on No DQ make deductions using pure logic, and 9 times out of 10 they turn out correct. It's not really this really secret process.
I'd rather come up with out of this world fantasy booking that's never going to come true.
Exactly. It's still real to me, damn it, even if it never becomes real.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan still lost to The Undertaker at the last WrestleMania.
Antonio Cesaro surpassed
Daniel Bryan, and it ended up being Punk. Close enough, I'll take it.
Yeah, Antonio Cesaro ended up surpassing CM Punk's WWE Championship reign, even though he's never been a world champion, period.
That's right, Cesaro's your new number 2 guy, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
You should tell people about that, because for a while, who else did you have it to? You had, Sandow?
Sandow, yeah. Sandow is...
Now Cesaro has leapfrogged Sandow.
Yeah, he has. I'm telling you guys, I keep saying it on Facebook, and I might as well say it in live reactions. I think it's a travesty where Antonio Cesaro is right now. I like real Americans, but to me, Antonio Cesaro should at least be that guy that's in the world title picture, not because you really think he can win, but just to really show what he can do and seem like a credible threat for a face champion. Problem is, Del Rio's the blockade for those dreams because he's a dick.
Well, the thing that I was telling John earlier is that I think it would be cool if they brought Sami Zayn up and had Cesaro and Zayn feud and had a best of 5 series, and then at the end of the series, Cesaro turns face and they form a tag team.
That'd be amazing, because it'd be the perfect combination of speed and power. You see Del Rio now getting that chair wedged in the corner. Who wants to bet that that's going to backfire?
Or is he going to get put through it?
RVD's probably going to get put through it, or he's going to be put through it, but then he reverses Del Rio at the last second and crashes his head through it.
Right. So in other words, either one could happen, and you aren't decisive right now.
I think Del Rio's going to go through it. We've seen this kind of spot before. It never really pans out for the heel. But then again, it's not going to translate into much for RVD. A nice slingshot leg drop on the throat of Del Rio.
I don't even know if I would say heel. That spot never seems to work out for whoever executes it. Whoever sets up the chair usually ends up getting put through it.
Oh, look at that. Ricardo aiding and bringing out the toys. For now.
He's a good manager.
The other dominant rumor, Ashton, and we discussed this briefly, not in our discussion last night, but we did, I think, just in a separate Skype call, you and I, say the prospect of Ricardo Rodriguez becoming Rey Mysterio's manager and continuing his feud with Del Rio. I think he's going to try and...
That would be a dumb idea.
To me, I'm not going to write it. I love Ricardo Rodriguez, and Rey Mysterio is such a beloved babyface. I think it could work. But the question is, do I want to see a Del Rio-Rey Mysterio feud? After our discussion last night, clearly my goal was to see Del Rio lose the World Heavyweight Championship. I just... have
a Del Rio-Mysterio feud that doesn't involve a title. I've been wanting Del Rio to get out of the title picture for a while, so that might just be it.
Right.
Mysterio needs to be nowhere near the title picture. They can't trust him with that level of a push because of his freaking knee.
I think they can only trust him with that level if it's only meant to enhance the current champion, whoever that is. Like if it was Sandow, You know, a Sandow Mysterio feud seems promising.
I have to wonder if that was a botch. I don't think he was supposed to go all the way out of the ring on that.
Still, I think it looked cooler than whatever they had planned. It was a cool looking spot to me.
Yeah, it looked cool, but I just hope Del Rio isn't legit injured.
Yeah, you and me both. I wanted him out of the world title picture, not out of the WWE.
I love Ricardo is just acting like a coach. Like, yeah, good job. Now do this.
A little science lesson for you kids. When a man faces steel, odds are steel's going to win every time.
Yes, it's because it's far more dense.
Ashton, the science guy. You totally could have taken Bill's place, dude. Like, amazing.
What's the crowd chanting? Are you hearing it?
No. One second. Let me kind of zone in here.
They were chanting something, but I'm not sure. And now Del Rio gets shot into the chair or ladder again. See, now, why is it that normally when somebody sets up a chair to be used as a weapon, they get... Oh, no, he saved himself. But I was going to say they get driven into it. But here, RVD sets up a ladder to use, and he actually gets to use it. Imagine that.
Yeah.
What an amazing coincidence that No Job Rob manages to use an actual weapon that he wants to. Whereas everyone else is like, nope. If I grab a weapon, I know that my head's going through it. Not No Job Rob, though.
I mean, he has ECW history. I mean, that makes all the difference.
That's true. I wonder if they're going to let him use a legitimate Van Daminator.
The tweet at the bottom, will the Spanish announce table even survive the first match? That's a legitimate question.
I'm going to say no.
Oh, Del Rio, you try so hard. And, you know, again, I enjoy his in-ring product. Like, as far as, like, the match in-ring goes, I'm having fun. It's a fun opener. But it just seems like the crowd does not take to him. And when the crowd doesn't take to you, I just don't see that it works.
Hey, John, do you remember... Did we agree on this match that we both said RVD would win, or did you think that Del Rio would win?
I said that Del Rio would win via Ricardo heel turn.
Oh, okay. I see.
But weren't you of the theory that RVD wins, but the real winner is Damien Sandow? Or are you changing that now because
I'd like to see that, yes.
Right.
I just don't want another freaking pay-per-view where RVD wins by... Well, I guess they can't have him win by disqualification, but I just don't want another pay-per-view to go by where Del Rio walks away as the champion and nothing eventful happens.
Right.
It just gets annoying. Like, at this point, I would even accept a Ricardo heel turn just to get something going in the world title picture.
I mean, really, because the more I thought about it, because I know we already had a discussion, but even afterwards, like, I put more thought, particularly into this match, and I think, well, they've built this up so much as RVD's signature that the only two logical outcomes to me would be either A, like we talked about, you know, Del Rio overcomes the odds, he beats the guy in his own playground, or two, RVD does win, but by a Ricardo heel turn, the victory is short-lived, and he aligns with Sandow, like you talked about potentially at Night of Champions, which I am still completely in love with that idea, because... To me, I say that Mysterio Rodriguez would be an interesting dynamic. I mean, imagine Sandow Rodriguez, especially since he fired his Twitter handler Ignatius. Then he upgrades from a Twitter handler to a live kind of representative in Rodriguez. That'd be really cool. RBD
and
now.
Sandow has like the perfect gimmick for a personal ring announcer too.
Oh, definitely. Well, look, he's an intellectual savior. He's enlightened. He's of a heightened level compared to the rest of us. Therefore, I think he's a
more along the lines of the arrogance.
Right.
Like, he's extremely arrogant, so maybe he feels like he deserves it.
Which would certainly be believable.
Yeah, exactly. Is he going to try and do Rolling Thunder onto a ladder?
He's done it before.
Oh, RVD,
Split like a moonsault.
Oh, no, he's just going to... What in the world?
Split-legged moonsault. Called it. There you go.
My goodness. Oh, wow. I want to know why the heel is supposed to overcome in this match.
Yeah, I've noticed that Del Rio is struggling with, like, I know it's Van Damme's environment, but Wrestling 101 says that the heel should really be the one to be in the dominant position and the face has to mount the comeback. Del Rio wasn't in control for that long, it felt like.
Well, and even just the match type itself. RVD is in the, I guess you could call it the superior position or in the better place. I don't know how you would describe it. I don't know. It just seems like, why would they want to book it so that the heel's the one that has to overcome?
No,
Oh,
absolutely.
Thunder under the ladder. He's about to crash and burn. Here comes Del Rio's comeback, because obviously they're booking him like a babyface. Oh, what a surprise! RVD's rolling around. Right in pain!
Uh-oh, cross arm breaker.
Yeah. Whoa! That was actually pretty smooth. I thought he was going to roll over and RVD would be like right there at the ropes. Uh-oh, Ricardo's got the bucket! Ricardo's got the bucket! Oh, God! Ricardo's got the bucket! Where's that heel turn, John?
It's coming.
He just saved RVD from getting a tap out.
Dude, every well-orchestrated heel turn always has the element of surprise. Just wait for it. Now, Del Rio's going to attack Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to be out, but he's going to recover right at the most opportune moment.
What are you doing, Hello Cal?
He's going to give him the bucket? What is this?
Told you. Heel turn, huh?
It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen eventually, but not today.
Uh-oh. Kick, and there it is. See, it's all part of the plan. Now Rodriguez is going to be subdued for like 5 minutes.
And yet again, Del Rio is overcoming the other person's heel manager, who is supposed to be a babyface. I don't understand why they're trying to build this up. Like, Del Rio is the superior wrestler, but the other guy is using cheap tactics to win. No! Don't do it. Please don't do it, RVD. Oh, God, this is going to be cringeworthy.
Oh, God, what is he doing? What?
Oh,
no.
God.
No!
No.
No!
Oh, God! Oh, that would hurt so hard.
Oh, there's no protection for that.
No, there isn't. I don't think they make a ladder-proof vest.
Eddie Guerrero said it best. I mean, he said it specifically for ladder matches, but I think it applies here. When you're dealing with matches like this, you just go balls out.
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
But this isn't false count anywhere. We have to remember a fall or a submission has to take place in the ring, so now Van Dam has to take Del Rio's lifeless body and see if he can get a 3 count.
I hate that they feel the need to specify whether it's no DQ or false count anywhere. Why can't they all just be like that?
I know, right?
It's like that one time when we had to vote for what the match type was going to be, and it was like falls count anywhere, no disqualification, or no holds barred. What's the freaking difference?
I was going to do that too in like a little kid voice. It's like, but what's the difference? There is a difference.
They're nothing alike.
Give your soul to the WWE app and vote. I'm such a weirdo. I apologize.
Uh-oh, he's going to go, as they say in the WWE, coast to coast.
Oh, and this is where Ricardo turns heel. Here it is. It's coming.
I'm watching for it. I hope
he's either going to knock him off the rope or move Del Rio out of the way. One or the other.
Like I said, I hope you're right. I just don't think you're right.
Oh, no, neither. Del Rio actually moved out of the way on his own. What a shock.
What a kata.
For this night is through, I too will be worthy of a Sacco.
Captain Van Dam, a.k.a. I take unnecessary risks to woo the crowd.
I have no personality except being hardcore.
I'm excited about 3% of the time.
You know, when you see the crazy spots that he takes, though, it really makes a lot of sense now, like, why he's so big on marijuana and everything. It's got to dull all the pain he puts himself through after matches like this.
That's very true.
How much do you want to bet he's going to go backstage after this and, like, smoke a huge bowl? I mean, he's going to be going away, allegedly, after this, so what does he have to lose?
I wonder if all high flyers are also high flyers.
Wouldn't surprise me. Uh-oh. The abracadabra from Seth Rollins. I mean, Alberto Del Rio.
It's the Avada Kedavra.
Same difference.
The Harry Potter killing curse, dude.
Harry Potter's for marks.
Learn your pop culture.
Uh-oh. It's over. It's over.
That's it. The babyface overcame the odds! No, he won't. It's over. Unless Ricardo interferes. Nope, that's it. See, I told you. Holy crap. They're keeping it on Del Rio and nothing frickin' happened. Oh my goodness, this is terrible.
I'm actually morbidly curious what the road to WrestleMania holds for Alberto Del Rio. That's insane.
It's just nothing but wins.
I mean, in one way, you'd think this was a good thing because, you know, a world champion who wins and keeps overcoming the odds, you know, it adds prestige to the title. But when you have a champion the caliber of Del Rio, I almost feel like that theory works backwards.
Come on, I wish we would hear Hallelujah right now. So much.
See, that's what slow motion was made for. That was a nice shot. And then here,
some slow-mo. WWE is actually using slow-mo right nowadays for some reason. Like, where did that come from?
Telling you, the Triple H regime is doing stuff right for the most part.
Except for Triple H himself trying to get over as a babyface.
So true. Well, this begs the question, who's the new #1 contender? I mean, honestly, this outcome really makes me put stock in the Rey Mysterio Rodriguez rumors. And I don't know.
But I thought that you were convinced that Rodriguez was turning on RVD to go with Del Rio.
I don't know anything anymore. He's going to go back to Del Rio eventually. I wholeheartedly believe that. But tonight wasn't the night. Dude, tonight isn't the night.
It's going to be 2 years down the line. Ricardo is going to have been an in-ring performer for 9 months at this point, and they're going to have a tag team match where it's going to be like 4-on-4, and Ricardo and Del Rio are just going to so happen to be on the same team. And you're going to be like, see, I told you it would happen!
I wish I could counter-argue that, but you know me too well. Real Americans!
What's wrong with Buffalo, New York?
Everything. Just kidding.
Other than the Bills, I mean, they suck, but what else?
Turn babyface Antonio Cesaro.
It's amazing how soul-suckingly terrible Jack Swagger is. He can't even have a facial expression the right way.
I have to ask you, Ashton, is he above The Miz or is he below The Miz?
He is just a notch above The Miz.
It's a shame, because you know how big a fan I was.
Of course, after Zeb started it, Cesaro was the first one to do it with him, and Swagger was just like, oh, he's doing it, I might as well join in.
Cesaro is such a natural
already showing more charisma than a former World Heavyweight Champion.
Giant swing.
What? Why are they boiling him in Crisco?
I don't want to be in Zeb Coulter's mind. It seems like a very scary place.
Are you going to do it, John?
We, the people!
Well, I guess you weren't going to wait for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Way to go.
I'm sorry. You want to do it again together, like when they do it in the ring? Because you know they're going to.
No, I'm done with it now. I'm over it. I'm past it.
Oh my god, you're like that little kid that's like, I don't know, you don't get the ball in the cup, and after a few hours you're like, no, I'm bored with it now.
Oh boy, the great Khali.
Aren't you so excited?
The great Waddle.
I mean, Ashton, come on now, let's use some sense. Why put this match on the pre-show and switch Sandow and Ziggler actually being on the main card when you could see Khali on the main card?
I mean, obviously, everyone wants to see the great Khali in a pink tank top.
I mean, Dolph Ziggler's such a talentless hack anyway. Nobody cares about him.
Khali in a wet t-shirt contest.
I can believe it.
Oh, I was being sarcastic. Please don't go there.
WWE already did.
Santino, John, your favorite Emma boyfriend.
How dare you! Don't you bring her into this.
Emarella. That's what we're going to call them when they get married on WWE TV. It's going to be Emarella.
I don't like you right now. Is this because I did We the People without you? Because honestly, I'm starting to harbor no regrets.
And Santino and Emma are going to do the power walk evolution dance together down to the ring every Monday.
He better keep his hands off my muse.
Off your...
Off my muse. She's in love with me. She just doesn't know it yet.
She's your muse?
Absolutely.
She's your artistic inspiration?
Absolutely. Who wouldn't be inspired by that?
What?
Hold on. Real Americans theme music.
I want Cesaro to run down to the ring and rip his cape off like Superman like he did at the last pay-per-view.
He is the Swiss Superman. I'd like him to go with the cape except with the Swiss flag. And that could be like his babyface gimmick of just being absolutely dominant.
I want him and Adrian Neville to form a frickin' tag team.
You know what? Say what you will about Swagger and Cesaro and just everything like on an individual level. As a tag team, though, like, I like it. I think the presentation is really nice. I like what they do with the flags. Zeb Coulter, I think, is a great mouthpiece. I love the theme music. And they're over with the crowd. I mean, I'd like to hear how many actually...
No, Zeb is over with the crowd as a mouthpiece, as a heel. But Cesaro is over with the crowd as a babyface. Overall, his facial expressions, his body language, his in-ring work, everything about Cesaro is getting over with the crowd as a babyface. And in the meantime, Zeb is this, like, tippy-top heel who just so happens to have a little bit of appeal to the right-wing minority. And friggin' Swagger is just the third wheel and useless.
Swagger, forever alone.
They need to team up Swagger and The Miz to form the new 3MB.
Or no, Drew McIntyre needs to get out of there.
Every time you feel like debuting a new tag team, they go over Swag Miz.
Tag yourself in, Cesaro, so that you can end this match and just like destroy Santino Marella, even though he scored 2 victories over you.
To see a literal giant swing.
We're gonna see it. I think that's the only reason they put Great Khali in this match is because they envision that exact spot. Like, I am gonna say right now, I will be shocked if we don't see it, because I think WWE has the exact same thought process. I think the way you articulate it, Khali's going to come in off the hot tag, brain chop, whatever, but then at one point, Cesaro's going to get it, and if he does it for past 20, my mind's going to explode. Like, I'm going to have to clean up brain matter all over my floor.
Dude, he did like 100 at one point in ROH.
I'd believe it.
Dude, Santino with his, like, faux kip-up is gonna get so over. Just like Emma with her faux skinning the cat. It's like the same exact thing.
I don't know what she sees in him.
Because when they finally succeed at doing it, it's like, yeah, you did it! Good job, bud!
God, it's like Eugene winning a match.
It is! It really is! And I hope you realize you just said that about Emma, too.
Look, she's perfect, okay? Like other people, I absolve her from things that I say. You know I have a list, and she's made the list.
She's made the list?
Yep, she's made the list of all exceptions. Whenever I do insults, she'll never be included, naturally. So, yeah.
So say everybody sucks.
Yeah, she's part of the list, and so she's not everyone.
Cobra time. Is Khali going to start charming it with a flute?
I hope Cesaro rips its fangs out with his bare hands.
Uh-oh.
It's a sock! Kick him in the face! Yes, thank you.
Eat it! You can't even rip it, dude.
Now make him cry like Del Rio did that little girl at that WWE Live event.
See, now how much more effective would that have been if he would have stuck it in his mouth and chewed it up and spit it out?
Here comes Cesaro.
I know it was on Hornswoggle's hand, which is kind of gross, but still. Effective imagery. Dude, Cesaro with those uppercuts. I still go back to the night when he had that match with Daniel Bryan, and he just threw like a dozen uppercuts in the same 30-second time span. That was just amazing.
Dude, that match was a masterpiece.
It was. That match and frickin' Brian Ryback when Brian first debuted the Indian Deathlock with the forearms to the face.
One of my favorite moves in his arsenal.
Dude, those two matches are just legendary in my opinion.
And you see now Cesaro, nice, keeping Santino in the corner. Great way to cut off the opposition from their partner.
They're keeping him not only in their half of the ring, but in their quarter of the ring.
Great job, Ashton Regal.
Wow, that looked painful.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moves of the Real Americans, the leapfrog double stomp.
I don't know how they pull off a double stomp without legitimately breaking bones.
Yeah, like, how do you not gasp for air every time that move makes contact?
I understand that when they do a kick that sounds like it's really brutal, they just slap their leg. I get that. How do you make a double stomp hurt less?
It's a question that indeed requires serious pondering.
Like, does the WWE possess anti-gravity trunks?
That would be amazing.
No, they don't. Not when you did it. Right there. My mom's trying to say that they grabbed the ring ropes to make it less, but he totally didn't grab the ring ropes right there. Wow. Swagger comes in and all of a sudden the entire match's energy just gets sucked out.
Okay, now both guys are kind of neutralized, no pun intended.
Neutralizer!
Khali gets the hot tag, Cesaro gets his half of the hot tag, and we're going to see the giant swing right here within the next few seconds.
You shouldn't say no pun intended when the pun is so obvious.
Your face is obvious. Oh, short arm clothesline by Khali.
Is that what that's called? I thought it was just called a Khali clothesline because there's nobody else that does them that poorly.
It's so true. Get ready for the most innovative offense you'll ever witness, Ashton.
This is the great Khali, Muggle! He's so big, but he's just so unathletic. If only there were more giants in the world, the WWE wouldn't have to settle for this frittata. Seriously, USA chants for Real Americans? Like, aren't they supposed to be heels? Out goes Swagger. Wow, Santino just jumped over the top rope. I have never seen him do that before, I don't think.
But, and meanwhile in the present Intercontinental Championship action...
Are there boring chants already?
You know what? I think when you see something as epic as a giant swing on a mastodon like Khali, yeah.
I don't understand how Khali walked away from that. His knees probably burst.
We finally have a Punjabi Kevin Nash.
He's even bigger than Kevin Nash, and his knees are even more susceptible to exploding than Kevin Nash.
Scary thought, isn't it?
Yeah, my mom just said, think about how Cesaro's knees felt. Seriously.
That guy is scary strong. I'm telling you, when he becomes the World Heavyweight Champion, and you know what? It isn't a question of if, it's merely a question of when. His reign is going to be something stupendous, if just for the matches alone.
Dude.
If he can just find his niche as a babyface, really find that character like Batista did when he left Evolution, it's going to be one hell of a title reign.
Absolutely. I can't wait, dude. I mean, I was telling you earlier, people want to get behind Cesaro. He is exciting, but he's been a heel the entire time that he's been on WWE TV.
Absolutely. And you know what? Like, I didn't know how he'd work as a babyface, but you know what? I would have said the same thing about Batista if somebody told me that he was going to become a monster babyface by the time he left Evolution. Like, to me, I just felt like he always had the look of a forever heel. And don't get me wrong, the heel turn he had before he left was amazing, but he was a phenomenal babyface. I enjoyed it, and I think I did.
He was definitely better as a heel than he was as a babyface, but he was still an excellent babyface.
I mean, how can you not enjoy lines such as "basketballs don't hold grudges"?
Let's not allow ourselves to forget. While you're out there kissing babies and hugging fat chicks, I'm making myself better every day. I'm already bored with this match. I don't blame the crowd for chanting boring.
Well, I mean, it's Curtis Axel coming out of hibernation against R-Truth. It's not really compelling TV.
He is not a bear.
He is a bear!
Is his name Smokey?
Oh, please, don't bring your childhood into this.
I'm not bringing any childhood into this. It's Axel, not Smokey.
Listen, if you look at his face and look at the facial hair, it screams bear. Facial hair, bear.
Then why is Daniel Bryan not a bear?
Did I say that Daniel Bryan wasn't a bear? I'm working on a thesis.
A thesis?
He may be a cub at best.
Then what about Bray Wyatt? He's a bear, right?
Yeah, Bray Wyatt is a straight up grizzly, okay?
Okay, what about Eric Rowan?
He's not a bear. He's just a species. Yeah, no, you know what? No, yeah, crap, okay?
Is Eric Rowan a red panda?
Eric Rowan a red panda? You know what he is? Eric Rowan's a quiet your face. And I just got a Facebook message from my boy James. Holy shit, that was fucking awesome. Cesaro is the future. Damn straight, home Skilly Biscuit. Damn
Ladies
straight.
and gentlemen, this is what we've resorted to during the Curtis Axel R-Truth match. Talking about bears and John's Facebook messages.
I have an engaging social life, okay?
Well, if I wanted to talk about my Facebook messages too, I could, but I'm not that bad. I'm more professional than that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael Cole.
Hey, don't talk to me like that, Michael.
My favorite JBL line was to Josh Matthews. Don't say that you do that with do that too, Josh. People start thinking that we do stuff together, because I think JBL was talking about like how he likes to fish or something, and it was like, oh, I like to fish too, and JBL was like, no, you don't, because then people start to think that we do stuff together. Josh Matthews can never
JBL
win.
claims to be ashamed of both Josh Matthews and Michael Cole, but then there's the JBL and Cole show.
Do you watch that show? Because I don't. I
have literally only watched the episodes where Daniel Bryan was acting like an idiot. Like the rap and the magician and pretty much every video where Daniel Bryan was a part of that Superstar tournament or whatever it was, I watched just because Daniel Bryan's hilarious.
WWE again with the really cool slow motion. I'll tell you what, if Battleground is a success on any front, it'll be because of the slow motion. Some epic spots right there.
Oh my god, dude, Curtis Axel's expression right there. He looked like he just got something shoved up his butt. This match is obnoxious. Why are we sitting through this? Sorry about the little skip there, folks. We are back to the pay-per-view, and it is currently the Divas match between Brie Bella and AJ.
I'm liking the fire Brie Bella is showing here. Did you see the powerhouse maneuver she was doing? The shoulder thrusts in the corner? That was impressive
she's
stuff.
Definitely, I don't know if I want to say healing it up or just kind of showing a little bit more aggression than usual.
I think, being Daniel Bryan's fiance, and I'm being dead serious, I don't mean to make this any kind of an innuendo or anything. I wonder if he gives her, like, wrestling training, because I've noticed Brie has improved in my eyes since her relationship with Daniel Bryan became more serious and more public. I mean, she even has the hashtag Brie mode, which makes me think, like, didn't Daniel Bryan, wasn't it like Dragon mode or something with Daniel Bryan? Now we got, like, Brie mode.
You honestly, you need to watch Total Divas in order to get that. Brie mode is when she gets drunk.
Oh. Well.
Not a good thing.
So has Brie mastered the drunken fist? Is that what AJ Lee is going up against here?
She has mastered the drunken mess.
Daniel Bryan is so perfect for putting up with that.
And he does.
I know I wouldn't.
It was so weird. They had a freaking camera in their hotel room when Brie crawled into bed with him.
Well, that's reality TV for you.
Like, when she was drunk and in quote-unquote Brie mode, she got into bed.
Right.
And, like, the next morning, they had cameras in their faces where she was telling him that she was drunk. And he was like, yeah, I know. And she was like, you mean you could tell? And he was like, yeah, of course. I haven't watched Total Divas since episode 5, so...
I'm amazed how many people were sucked into that. Not that it's a bad show. I mean, I've watched a few clips and I don't cringe. But yeah,
I think I'm clean of the habit now.
You know what? Watching this match, though, this is a pretty solid Divas match thus far. Really, I'm not surprised by AJ, but, Brie, I definitely have to give big ups to.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where AJ having a good match doesn't even surprise me anymore.
No, certainly not. And, but when Brie is, like, holding her own in there, I think that definitely deserves to be commended.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned. So, go Brie. Yeah, that's impressive stuff. You gotta wonder if Brie's able to walk out as a champion, kind of a celebration that's going to be between her and Bryan.
Well, that's also assuming that Bryan walks out as champion.
And I mean, we saw at Night of Champions, Daniel Bryan is more than capable of doing it, so we'll see. You know, can lightning strike for, well, really it would be twice concerning Randy Orton, but 3 times in general for the WWE Championship, seeing as how he did beat John Cena at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, well, Bryan's got 2 reigns, and his 2 combined reigns are less than 24 hours long.
It's sad but true. I'm liking the psychology demonstrated by AJ here in this match, working over the arm of Brie. But does the Black Widow even affect the arm? I thought it was more of a head-based maneuver. But then again, she does have the arm locked in.
Yeah, it's like an arm wrench, too.
Yeah, look at her going to work on that arm. And Brie's selling, too. Again, like, from a technical standpoint, this is solid. This is something I would expect, like, on NXT, to be honest.
You know what? That's a great way of putting it. And now AJ with the Fujiwara armbar, okay, we can work with this.
And it makes me want to get behind Brie more for her comeback to see what she can do. And plus, if you want to go even further with the arm psychology, you know Brie's finisher is the face crusher. That does, I guess, have to have.
Come on, dude. Now you're reaching a little bit.
Reaching with my perfectly good arm.
Well, at least you have 2. Brie doesn't. She wouldn't be capable of reaching quite as far as you.
That's so true.
Although in football terms, 1 arm is longer than 2.
AJ may be guilty of excessive celebration here while we're staying on the football theme. And there's a nice drop kick right on the mush by Brie.
Right in the mush?
Right in the mush. Pulling a Taz. Right on the mush.
I can't stand Taz.
He was amazing on SmackDown. I can't stand him on TNA.
Okay, I'll give you that. And when he debuted in the WWE to beat Kurt Angle for the first time, I popped so hard.
I think you and everybody else. Wasn't that in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, it was, I don't remember what event it was, but
I think it was
all I remember was Kurt Angle coming out and being like, if anybody back there thinks that they can take me, and then the frickin' heartbeat and the monitor and the beep and Taz music and rag over the head, and I was losing my mind.
I mean, that was probably a dream match in the eyes of a lot of people. Taz.
And dude, that's the thing, like, the first ever wrestling event that I went to live was an ECW event in 1996. And that was with my dad, and the Dudley Boys were there, and Taz was there, and like, so that's like that's literally my earliest memory of wrestling.
And AJ Lee retains.
Wow!
Nice use of Tamina there. See, this is what I was kind of in the back of my mind. I'm thinking, this is the pairing's fresh. It's the first pay-per-view appearance together. Could it be? This is definitely a match that could have gone either way, and I think this is our first incorrect prediction, right? Because didn't you and I pick Brie to win it? How did that go?
Yeah. We both picked Brie to win it, but while you picked Del Rio to win it, you thought that he would do it via Ricardo disqualification, and I picked RVD to win it. So really, neither one of us was 100% right on that. We'll give you a half a point for that, since you at least got the actual winner right.
Yay!
We both predicted Curtis Axel would retain, so that's a win. Thank goodness that match is over.
Yeah, Tamina earning her money tonight. Definitely a muscle player for AJ. And that definitely adds an interesting dynamic because it leads to the question, will it be Tamina to ultimately dethrone AJ? I mean, a lot of questions.
She's so horrible.
She used to be so good. What happened?
I don't think she was ever really that good. I think that she was just so happened to be in a wrestling match with Beth Phoenix and has a decent finisher.
Divas division definitely gaining an interesting complexion here as we move forward.
Why do Cody Rhodes and Goldust look like Michigan's colors?
Dude, I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
You're a University of Michigan fan, aren't you?
Well, I always played as them on my NCAA 2007 video game.
Well, same color, the blue and yellow.
Yeah, blue and yellow. When I think Michigan, though, whenever you talk Michigan and wrestling, I instantly think of Scott Steiner. Steiner.
Kevin Nash is from Detroit too.
Yeah, that's right. I know he was a big supporter of the Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, it's always, any given day it could change between Beer Money and Motor City Machine Guns is my favorite tag team. But,
Like, of all time?
well, yeah, honestly, yeah. Because, I haven't been watching wrestling for all that long compared to many other wrestling fans. So,
Now you're making me feel old.
I know, right?
Freaking Road Warriors for life.
Oh, what a rush! Hawk
So,
forever.
although I will admit, Edge and Christian are probably the best tag team of all time as far as WWE success goes. Road Warriors as Legion of Doom weren't really all that successful in WWE.
I mean, they just reek of awesomeness.
You went there, didn't you?
And I brought it back.
But you didn't cash the check.
Well, there was nothing in it. I'm in the red anyway. Check wouldn't have helped my dad, but at least I'm not like Big Show where my boss owns my house.
So what you're saying is, in Curtis Axel terms, you're in a bear market.
Yes.
I wonder what match is coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, by the look of it, I would say, I'm going to throw a shot in the dark here, Ashton. You ready? I'm going to say it's the Rhodes family versus Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
Is it just against Rollins and Reigns, or is it against the whole Shield?
No, it's just against Rollins and Reigns.
Oh.
And to reiterate to everybody watching at home,
not a tag title match.
Non-title. Did you like how I busted out my announcer voice for this?
That was your announcer voice?
Well, not really. It was like 50%. Well, no, 20% announcer voice. Yeah, that's an accurate.
I would agree with 20%. That sounded about 20%. You're better than that.
I know I am.
Now with some effort.
What, you mean saying I know I am with some more effort, or do you want me to try announcer voice again with more effort?
Announcer voice with more effort.
Well, we need to wait for the right spot.
Okay. What are you going to say? What a maneuver!
I don't know. Or maybe if Roman Reigns just spears Goldust out of his very livelihood, I'll be like, what a spear!
But that's not announcer, that's commentator. Different voices.
Then I don't know what you expect from me, man.
Oh, we get it, WWE. The Rhodes family is the good guys. The Shield is the bad guys. We know who to cheer for. Please move on to the match. I appreciate your video packages, but come on now.
Yeah, this is really getting ridiculous.
Getting?
Like, the length of this video package,
Dude, this video package is longer than the actual Truth match was. That's what the WWE thinks of the Intercontinental Championship.
There's one very interesting theory.
Renee!
Yeah, Renee is adorable. There's one interesting prediction floating around, from one columnist that I read, and he said that... Beg pardon?
Cody Rhodes heel turn?
No. He said that Cody Rhodes and Goldust are going to prevail here, but that we're also going to begin seeing the cracks, like in the Shield. I guess the loss will really affect them.
Why is Goldust wearing Darth Maul makeup?
He's a weirdo. I don't even know what... John, please say something so that this isn't all dead air. I don't even know what to make of this. I mean, it's crazy, but this is the match I'm looking forward to most, so I've got high hopes for this contest.
Dustin, you are not a Sith Lord. You do not own a double red lightsaber. Stop trying to be Darth Maul.
I mean, I personally hate Star Wars, so the whole thing rubs me the wrong way all around.
I love the original trilogy, but he is parodying or mimicking or attempting to pay homage to one of the crappiest Star Wars movies, if not the crappiest Star Wars movie of all time. And probably the crappiest Star Wars villain of all time, Darth Maul.
I think we used to own a Darth Maul mask.
I bet the makeup looked literally exactly like Goldust's, except red instead of gold.
Yeah, I think it was, dude. I think it was.
That's because he's wearing Darth Maul makeup. I don't make these things up. All he's missing is the horns. Listen to Cody Rhodes cutting a freaking promo. Holy crap.
What a baby face. Yeah, Cody, preach it. Take it all the way home.
Sierra Hotel, yeah!
I am pumped, baby.
I'm cheering for the Shield.
What?
I mean, I think that the Rhodes will win, but I can't cheer against the Shield.
Dude, how could you, man? How could you not sympathize with the Rhodes family?
I do sympathize with them, but I prefer the Shield.
They are an amazing... Dude, the Shield is one of the best things to come along in the WWE product for quite some time. I mean, what a team.
The best thing about the Shield is that they bring out the best in anybody that faces them.
That's very true. Honestly, dude, and this is, I don't want to, like, overstate or overhype. This is just from my personal experience with them. I've never seen a bad match from the Shield. Ever. I mean, even the ones that you want to say have DQ finishes and stuff that normally turn into six-man tag matches, whatever. I mean, I count those. I mean, you know, never a bad segment or match or anything from the Shield. I've enjoyed everything they've done, and that's a rarity. I mean, I'm a John Morrison mark. I know that he's done bad stuff.
It's quite amazing that any team or individual or entity as a wrestler or performer can be as flawless as they have been thus far. And when I say thus far, I mean it's going on a year.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, the cohesion they have as a team, and you believe in them as a team, and, like, on paper, this match is a huge mismatch, because Cody Rhodes is incredibly talented, and Goldust certainly has his chops, but the Shield is like just one singular entity, marching down the same path. There's no individual egos. Can we say the same thing for the Rhodes family?
Yes, because Cody is supposed to be, like, the ultimate babyface at this point, therefore he has no true ego. And Goldust is the inferior of the two, therefore he doesn't deserve to have an ego. I mean, eventually,
no, you know, I would
Dusty.
I mean, I would agree with that assessment.
Oh man, that Goldust face paint is going to be bugging me all match.
You and me both.
Brother!
And here we go.
Enough!
I was talking about mismatches earlier, Ashton. I mean, this is the epitome of a mismatch here. Goldust and Roman Reigns.
I would agree.
Look at this teamwork from the Rhodes family.
What else do you expect from the Rhodes?
You know what? Again, I've only been watching wrestling for a brief time, so I'm not really familiar with the Rhodes lineage, except for Cody, who has done nothing but impress me. You know, beginning when he left Legacy and came to SmackDown as a singles competitor. That was when Cody Stalk saw a huge upswing, and now he's here. I'm so proud of Cody Rhodes, and I'm proud of the Shield. Like, I'm loving the young and hungry talent, and I think this match, with the exception of Goldust, you know, really epitomizes that fact.
Goldust ruins everything.
Well, it's not even, you know, it's not even ruins. I think we should. I mean, I know I'm elated, and I know you are too, and I think a lot of wrestling fans are excited that such young talent have found themselves in this kind of a spot, you know, with this emotional of a storyline and everything.
Right.
I mean, it's great. And, Ashton, I know you and I love NXT, so I am brimming with pride that 3 NXT-grown, you know, athletes in Rollins, Reigns, and, well, not Ambrose, though. We never saw Ambrose on NXT, did we?
Ambrose wasn't on NXT, but Ambrose was most definitely on FCW, baby.
Yes, FCW. Oh, by the way, people, I don't know if any of you knew, like, the the whole inside jokes between Ashton and I, but he recommends me a lot of stuff that I never watch, and I finally watched the 30-minute Iron Man Championship match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. It was epic. We watched it together. It was a great bout. I recommend that everybody go and check it out. And there is Reigns again. What a powerhouse.
Let's put it this way. The entire match is pretty good, but the last 10 minutes of the match are freaking amazing.
They really are a great back and forth, and not in like an ROH way where you see a brainbuster on a turnbuckle and they kick out. Like I do believe it's believable kick out.
I think the biggest atrocity in that match is Ambrose kicking out of his own finisher. I think that's the worst part that happens.
Yeah, that I would agree with. I gotta tell you, man, it's great seeing Cody Rhodes back in the ring. I have missed this, even though it's only been for a few weeks. When you're really a fan of somebody's work.
It really does just feel right.
It does. Really does. You know what else is so amazing about the show? I mean, we've sang their praises since they've come out here, but as individuals, when you see them work like their own parts of the match, like tagging in and out, you know that they're going to be such successful singles workers. They're just so good all around.
Yeah, my favorite part about the Shield is that I personally can't decide which one I think is going to have the most success after they break up.
I know, right? Like, you know the age-old phrase in our business, Ashton, who's going to be the Michaels, who's going to be the Jannetty. I don't see a Jannetty. There isn't. There really isn't. All three of these guys, I really believe, are going to prosper. Cody Rhodes, I believe, as a babyface, is going to prosper, and it just gives me such hope, and it makes me so happy. You know, it's times like this where you really think, wow, this is why I'm a professional wrestling fan, because the future is just friggin' fantastic. And you see...
smooth, big boot from Cody hanging upside down. That was awesome.
Nice! It's like a Van Dam or Morrison-esque maneuver with that kick while he's hanging upside down.
And look at the frickin' moonsault. Holy crap. I can't believe they actually had him hit that the first time. He never hits that the first time he tries it.
Cody's repertoire is... so
wow, even frickin' Goldust has pink.
What? How do you work pink into that?
It's the gloves.
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking, like, how do you fit pink with black and gold? I don't know.
I don't know what's more offensive, the fact that he's trying to be Darth Maul, or the fact that somebody who is attempting to look like a movie villain is also representing breast cancer awareness.
I find it hilarious that he gets the hot tag, and in the midst of everything, knowing that his father's job is on the line, knowing that he has a chance to come back to WWE on the line, and of course his brother Cody, everything that's at stake, he has time to do his little breathing technique before the uppercut that we just saw a few moments ago. He's like, okay, nail the inverted tummy drop, breathe, uppercut. It's like, what? What?
Is he gonna do the moonsault? No! You've gotta be... oh no, he just did like a weird backwards splash thing.
Still, coming from Goldust, though, I can't help but be impressed.
He tried to match his brother's athleticism. He just isn't quite there. He's also a solid 4 inches and 30 pounds bigger than his brother, so maybe that's okay.
I gotta be honest, these past two outings with Goldust, you know, the first one being the Randy Orton encounter, and now this, he's looking good. I mean, all jokes aside and everything.
In real life, I might actually want him to actually have a spot on the roster.
No, definitely. I think he'd be nice enhancement talent or a story... driving kind of talent, you know? I mean, he was always the master of head games, supposedly. Well, him and The Undertaker, who was just undisputed in my mind. But, saw he missed the crossbody, got nothing but canvas, and then ring floor.
Dude, anybody that can come out chained to a collar by Luna Vachon and read a verse from Green Eggs and Ham is demented.
Absolutely.
Do you remember that?
Yes, because you showed me, like, I think only like 2 weeks ago.
Well,
and that was a crazy segment.
No, if you actually watch the stuff that I show you.
We watched it together.
No, we didn't.
It was awesome. Yeah, we did.
I mean, we might have watched it around the same time, but we didn't watch it together.
Yes, we did.
Well, then my memory fails.
Don't say that. That scares me.
We watched the league together. That's the difference. Like, with the league, I could literally hear your video at the same time as mine to the point that I could mute my video and it would be synchronized. But I don't think that we watched that Goldust promo from...
Or maybe I...
In Your House, D-Generation X 1990, I believe, 8.
You know what I think it was? I think we're both kind of right in the sense that I know we were in a Skype call together, but I probably listened to the video like while we were in that call, but you weren't doing that. You were doing something else.
That's probably
So that's probably what it was.
He lost some weight. He looks like thinner in the neck and chin area.
Yeah, he does look thinner. I always love when superstars who seem to be like out of shape get themselves in shape, like Mark Henry, Karma, JBL with his mountain climbing. JBL was to return to the ring today. I don't think anybody would be calling him Jiggling Boobs Layfield, not after all the mountain climbing he's done. He looks to be in terrific shape.
Scott Hall looks like he's in pretty good shape after all the drugs and booze and with the DDP yoga and rehab and stuff that he's been doing.
I'm very happy for Scott. I haven't checked in on the DDP YouTube channel like to see what everything going on at the crib, but I've heard him and Jake are still making phenomenal progress, so I'm very proud of the both of them.
You know, if Celebrity Rehab got a television show, why is DDP Yoga not a television show?
I'm glad it isn't, though, because I think that puts on a lot of pressure, and God knows that would probably be when everything starts to go south.
Okay, well, I'm not going to argue with that because you're definitely have a point. I just, with the heartless sellouts that are, mainstream media.
Oh, no, I absolutely agree from the sentiment in which you're making that statement. Like, DDP is an awesome dude.
DDP being such a shameless plugger, you never know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, DDP is a really cool dude. I'd like to see him get a TV spot. I would just be fearful for his work, what the implications of that would be.
Right.
And you see now, Rollins continuing to work over Goldust, and this match has not disappointed. Like I said, this is the match I was looking forward to most. Cody has looked amazing. Everybody's really looked great. Shield continues to dominate.
As long as they have Goldust isolated, they're going to be dominating.
I got a live prediction from my boy James. He feels like Goldust is going to betray Cody. I mean, that has been a theory that's drifted out there. I just don't see why he'd betray Cody at this time. If I'm Goldust, I'd want to get my foot in the door again first, and then maybe work with Cody a little bit, and then betray him so that I can garner more attention for myself. That's at least my line of thinking.
Well, what if they play it off like Triple H worked out a deal with Goldust to turn on Cody and get his job back? That way Cody would be left out in the open, out in the cold. And then at one point, maybe at Hell in a Cell, maybe at Survivor Series, we have a one-on-one match, Cody's job on the line. Or maybe just career versus career.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, Triple H has done stuff like that before.
Well, I'm still waiting for him to do something like that with Big Show tonight.
Maybe not tonight, but I could definitely see that. Maybe that would even be Big Show's WrestleMania storyline. I mean, we know Big Show's history with WrestleMania, with the exception of when he won the Intercontinental Championship, but I believe that was, 28?
That wasn't last year?
That wasn't last year, no, because last year was the six-man tag, him, Sheamus, and Orton against the Shield.
Oh, that's right. Then, yeah, it was 28. All the WrestleManias just blend together.
They really do, don't they? And here's the hot tag from Cody.
Alabama Slam.
Homage to
his
former teacher and tag team partner Hardcore Holly.
And an homage to frickin' Cesaro, too, because he did a little bit of a spin while he was up in it.
Probably thought that spot was so impressive. He was like, anything he can do, I can do. Well, not better, but at least I can match some percentage of it.
I need to match his power percentage, and then the slam will put me over the top.
Cesaro, I think, is the closest thing to a human Super Saiyan we will ever experience.
Dude, I'm telling you, him and Adrian Neville are both. Adrian Neville looks like freaking Goku.
Yeah, Cesaro is definitely the Vegeta of the equation. More specifically, the Super Vegeta incarnation. Yeah.
At least it's not the Krillin, although he does look most like him. Why is Cody Rhodes doing a Muscle Buster? Muscle Buster? What?
You know that's part of his face repertoire, and he hits it.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Things are breaking down, Cole.
Oh, man.
Superman punch.
Oh. Honestly, I'd have to say that even Reigns' Superman punch is better than Big Show's knockout punch. There's just a power that Reigns puts behind his offense that is second to none. Look at Cody all fired up. We called this, Ashton. We said Cody Rhodes all alone.
Dude, he's running an absolute train right now. He finally got taken out by Rollins from behind, but he was like 75% away from being full Daniel Bryan.
I was, dude, it's amazing the cyclical link that you and I have, because I was just thinking Daniel Bryan, and I was just thinking about Cody Rhodes.
Classic elbow from the dream!
Oh, bionic elbow!
He took out Ambrose!
Jim Ross said on his blog that he would try and smile if Dusty Rhodes got a bionic elbow, and I think Jim Ross is doing the best smile he possibly can right now. What a smile that was. I think the crowd definitely popped that.
Awesome. Nope. Kick out, Cody. He kicked out. Crossroads! Yes!
There it is! There it is!
1, 2, 3!
All right!
Wow! That is how you build a story and pay it off.
And listen to that crowd!
Even Daddy got involved. Holy crap. Wow, that crowd is going crazy for them. That is awesome.
Oh, Cody, you're going to make a phenomenal babyface champion! That was amazing. So far, definitely match of the night. If for nothing else, the payoff and the crowd reaction.
Yep, no doubt.
What a sight.
I do have to wonder, though, now, because they have a victory over the tag champions, I wonder if they'll get a tag title match at the next pay-per-view. Obviously, careers wouldn't be on the line anymore, which means that they would be able to lose cleanly and not have any kind of a problem, but it would still, I mean, if they can keep working the kind of magic that they worked in this match, I'd take it.
What'll probably happen is the Usos will probably get their shot first because, we keep getting reminded by commentary when the Usos have a presence that they are the number one contenders. Usos will be overcome again by the Shield, and then we see the Rhodes family get their shot, and, they'll be overcome again, just making the Shield look even more beastly.
Yep. Just like, you might have got one up on us, but that was just because you had the X Factor. We had everything to lose. You had nothing to lose.
What a crossroads, and what a pop from the crowd. That's amazing. And they go right in for the hug. Everything was perfection.
Rollins on that crossroads was epic. That was awesome. That was a great...
The commentary, the crowd, the imagery, everything was perfect.
I love how...
Soak it in, Cody.
I love how Dustin always, when he goes to hug his dad, he tucks his head under his chin. Like, you're taller than him by quite a bit. Everyone's happy to have the Rhodes back. Woo-woo!
Yeah, and Dusty keeps his job as NXT General Manager. And I love this. This is just the icing on the cake for me.
Even the Enforcer is out there to congratulate the Rhodes. Now, if you want to talk about someone looking like a bear, Arn freaking Anderson.
Definitely.
Wow. That is how you create a moment. Caitlyn's still alive?
Yep.
When did this happen? What a freaking...
Rhodes Dynasty.
I wonder if that's anything like a Boardwalk Dynasty. Boardwalk Roads? What's the difference? What? Why is R-Truth cutting a dumb promo?
This is for Hell in a Cell.
Why is R-Truth the poster boy for Hell in a Cell?
I don't know. I'd be more interested if he was still his heel persona.
C-O-N-spiracy. Red-Eyed R-Truth is almost as creepy as Red-Eyed RVD. Which is
so true.
Oh, Michael got goosebumps.
That was an amazing segment.
Yeah, dude, that payoff was awesome.
That's how you do it. That's writing at its best, folks. You're not going to get any better than that.
They don't have stuff like that often enough, I don't think.
No. But you know what? Considering that this is a fall period that we got something like that, I'll take it and I'll savor it.
What a menagerie of awfulness. The Miz, Titus O'Neil, and Tensai are the...
Tensai in a suit is so weird.
Why am I being forced to watch and listen to this? Shut up, Miz! Before I bionic elbow your face. I hope Titus O'Neil punches him and he accidentally trips and falls down the stairs. And I don't even like Titus O'Neil, but...
What a jobber panel this is.
Yeah. I think you might be overrating them a bit, John. There's the big swing. You're finally going to get to see it.
I'm so honored.
He was a solid foot off the ground at the lowest. Yeah, obviously Vacant isn't going to walk out with it.
Vacant's got to be sweating bullets right now. I mean, Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan are both hungry for that championship.
Dude, Tensai looks like the frickin' My Cat from Hell guy. Jackson.
I wish I got that reference.
That's his name. He looks like Jackson Galaxy.
Brad Maddox!
Braddox! And Bricky. Uh-oh, scheming it up. All these other people, they're schemers. Making their little plans to control their little lives. It's gotta be paid for. Is it just me, or does Battleground's font look literally the exact same as the font that they used for the Battleship movie?
Oh my god, you might be right.
As if WWE couldn't sell out anymore. Kofi! And he's going against Bray Wyatt, yes!
The first cog to be brought down of the machine.
Follow the buzzards! Dude, you seriously need to watch Cape Fear.
Yeah, that was one of your recommendations, wasn't it?
Well, that's where Bray Wyatt's character is really kind of, like, influenced from.
I see. Kofi looking energized. Again, this match, we talked about it in our vid last night. I have, I'll put it as unique expectations of this match. I think these guys could put on an interesting show. So we'll see what happens.
See, I would be interested in seeing a good match from these guys, but from a logic and storyline perspective, I just want this to be a squash match because Bray Wyatt deserves it, and he needs it at this point.
Yeah, with no family interference, please. Can we do that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Squash match. Clean win. But as you know, it'll probably be a freaking 10-minute close match that ends up with Wyatt losing by disqualification because of the Wyatt family interfering.
No, I don't think he'll lose. He's definitely going to go over here. It's just the manner in which he's going to go over.
Until Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise and the family interferes. That's a Bray Wyatt loss.
We'll see.
That's just how the WWE works these days. I mean, like I said, in a perfect world, this is no longer than a 1-minute squash match. Bray Wyatt hits his signature offense. Kofi mounts a fake comeback. Bray Wyatt stops it quickly, and it's over. That's it. Done. Maybe 2 minutes at tops. This might be the best WWE theme music of all time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Between the atmosphere that it sets, the appropriateness that it has for the character, and just the flat-out replayability.
Well, it like partially mellows you out, but it's got like an eerie feel to it at the same time. Crowd seems to be behind the Wyatt family.
That's because the Wyatt family's freaking awesome. It was only a matter of time. I mean, look how over they were in NXT.
I mean, again, when you have Forbes writing about this character, you know you've done something. That was an amazing article.
That's another one courtesy of Reddit.
Yeah, man, I really got to start getting interactive on the wrestling portion of Reddit.
Squared circle, baby.
Seems like great wrestling enthusiasts who are very informed, but not in the way that, not in the rumor mill type way.
Right.
But, which makes it even better.
Yes, toy with him, Bray. Toy with him.
See, this is why I had good expectations for this match. It's such a unique blend of styles. I mean, Bray Wyatt is so insane, and he's a powerhouse, and Kofi Kingston's got agility that really makes for some great chemistry, I think. We'll see between
Bray
these
Wyatt
two. And what a shove.
Finally came up with the big reversal, grabbed Kofi by the leg and knocked him down, but of course Kofi is going to give him a run for his money, just like I predicted. Sad as it may be.
Though I think as long as Bray Wyatt comes away with the victory, we'll, I won't mind it too much. I do agree that a person of Bray Wyatt's persona and his look should just be squashing people. But hey, as long as he keeps winning.
See, and that's the kind of thing that he shouldn't need to do, is hit the freaking rope to crotch Kofi on the turnbuckle. Like, why? There we go!
What is this? Oh!
He's not going to dance with him to pull him out of the corner? Aw.
Maybe he found out backstage that Kofi has 2 left feet.
Ha ha, that was bad. I shouldn't have even justified that with a fake laugh.
Well, you did, so joke's on you.
Much. That was a pretty sweet headbutt, though. What is the crowd? Is the crowd seriously fandangoing right now?
Yeah.
Why are they fandangoing? There is no fandango in this match. He's not even on the card.
Maybe they're bored.
Why are they bored? Bray Wyatt's in the ring. How dare they? If you want a fandango, you should have done it back when the freaking Curtis Axel match was on. I would have even accepted it during the Divas match, just because that's a stereotype. Come on. Why is he putting him in a freaking rest hold? Just destroy him. Throw his entire body from ring post to ring post.
Well, maybe it's, and this is just a shot in the dark here, but maybe it's just WWE trying to go for a different depiction of Bray Wyatt than a caricature of the monster just destroying everybody. Like, there's a cerebralness, a methodology to Bray Wyatt and the way he works in the ring and the way he works outside of it. I mean, he's definitely a different cat, so to speak. And I think they want his in-ring work to reflect that.
Holy crap, he looked huge there. That camera angle that they just used, kind of looking up at him, he looked like a freaking 7-foot monster.
Randy Savage chance. Yep, this crowd's bored.
Oh my god, I hate this crowd right now.
By the way, to respond to what you just said there, like I said earlier, that's what Battleground's going to go down in history for the awesome camera work. That and the pop for the Rhodes angle so far.
So far, we'll see what happens later on. There are a couple more matches that are more important than anything else that's happened so far, but yeah, it's definitely shaping up to be a very interesting show from a hindsight perspective, at least.
Absolutely, Ashton. I mean, we still have Punk
right back. Oh, come on! Seriously? Kofi reverses the side slam into a freaking body press? Oh. I told you, dude. Freaking 10-minute competitive match. It's sad. That's more like it. That was a pretty sweet reversal, I will say that. Bray Wyatt...
See, that was great. That's why I don't mind them going for 10 minutes as long as Bray gets the win without the family. You know,
that move right there should have earned Bray Wyatt a 2-year pass from You Can't Wrestle chance. He should never get those again.
That was great.
But all these rest holds aren't helping. It's past Labor Day. Why is Bray Wyatt wearing white pants?
Ta. I mean, Bray Wyatt is just a different breed of
monster. Are you kidding me? A crucifix driver? Seriously?
Oh, wow.
That might be my favorite move of all time, and Kofi Kingston just used it on one of my top 5 favorite WWE superstars right now. I am so conflicted.
I mean, I again, Bray Wyatt's a different breed of monster, and I'm liking this, and that was a great spot there. Again, my only qualm, Ashton, is really like when the family gets involved, because I can understand Bray Wyatt being vulnerable, but to be so vulnerable is to need help from the family. You know, he's the leader. He shouldn't need outside help.
Yeah, but dude, the problem with your logic there is that the fact that the match is lasting this long is even more reason to believe that the Wyatt family is going to get involved. Every time Kofi hits offense on Bray, you can see them outside getting more worked up, getting ready to do something.
I can't believe the crowd isn't more into this.
They're marks.
I mean, maybe I'm just, such a big Bray Wyatt fan that, but... See, there's the duck! Damn! Yes!
Oh, man.
Now go for the spinning STO and put his ass down.
Abigail's kiss. Also known as the sack. Upside down hang.
Man, he is in the zone now.
His hair touches the ground when he does that. Holy crap. That's an athletic son of a gun for as big as he is. Oh my god. He's gonna do the... Oh my god, that is amazing!
What the...
That was epic. That was like the freaking Grudge. Oh, man. Oh, come on!
Wow, I really thought Bray was going to capitalize there.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh, why does Kofi need to be competitive in this match? Why are you chanting ECW?
Yeah, this crowd's retarded.
This crowd sucks, and the psychology of this match sucks.
See, personally, as much as I enjoyed that spot, I don't necessarily agree with it. I think Bray should have capitalized on that with the Sister Abigail for the win.
Capitalized on what? Kofi beat Kofi Kingston rolling out of the ring because he was so freaked out?
No, I mean, distraction when Kofi was looking at the Wyatt family after being freaked out by the grudge maneuver from Bray Wyatt.
Don't say Bray Wyatt's in trouble, Moggle. Oh, come on. They are trying so hard to make Kofi look credible in this. They need to just freaking end it. I'm about sick of it.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no, jawbreaker.
There we go. Oh, my God, that was obnoxious.
Yeah, but that was a great sequence, though. That was a great sequence.
I
liked it.
That Wyatt is going to have to eventually put on some longer matches if he's ever going to be a champion. Because championship matches generally go for 10, 15 minutes, if not more.
Right.
But why are they trying to start him off now? Why can't he just be running through the roster like freaking Ryback did when he first debuted?
Maybe they're thinking about blowing their load early with Ryback, so to speak. I mean, Bray Wyatt, sorry.
Wow. That was a great camera angle there, WWE. Okay. Dude, Brody Lee's lariat is legit.
Yeah, JBL, I think, even cringes.
Yes, promo. Dude, this is some 2010 era CM Punk level stuff right now.
Definitely.
Just
telling you, when John Cena comes back, he better watch himself.
Dude, a Cena Wyatt feud. Like, I know that my dream feud is Cena Ambrose, where Ambrose is like the anti-Cena. But
right.
If I can't have that, I'll take Cena Wyatt any day of the week. Twice.
I think it's going to happen. I mean, Wyatt has alluded to bringing down the Machine and all that other stuff. Well, John Cena, to me, is the Machine. You've heard so many superstars acknowledge it. Bray Wyatt's got to know it.
Yeah, but dude, here's the thing. You're basically saying that they're going to keep him constantly saying, down with the Machine and cutting these anti-establishment promos for the next 3 months until Cena actually gets back. I don't think that they have that much storyline continuity.
We'll have to just wait and see. I just really believe at the end of the line that John Cena will be in Bray Wyatt's crosshairs one day. I can't even conceive him not being in those crosshairs.
Oh, man.
That was a good match. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That match was really good, but from a storyline and psychology perspective, I'm disappointed.
And I can definitely see why you would be, but to me, again, like, my thing is, I definitely think WWE is just trying to say, Bray Wyatt is a different breed of monster. I guess he's just more cerebral than physical. I mean, that grunge spot. I mean, holy crap.
It would have been so much better if he wouldn't have just, randomly collapsed on himself out of nowhere.
Yeah, but he made a nice save when he just rolled around and got on all fours and just gave that smile. I mean, that was some freaky-ass shit. Look at that.
That was pretty amazing. I mean, while it lasted, that was pretty epic.
And whoever's doing the camera work, can somebody give them a bonus, please?
Except for the freaking fact that they missed the big freaking backbreaker from Rowan when he got back in the ring.
Did they? I thought I caught that.
Dude, they had the camera on Wyatt while Rowan was delivering the backbreaker. And then he went back and let Harper hit the big lariat, which they caught, but that was kind of a faux pas. That's gonna be shown. Dude, that's like the highlight of the night. Freaking giant swing, literally.
Man, what a babyface he just might become.
Fallout Boy? I didn't even know they still music. I still honestly didn't think they were even still in existence, much less making music.
Bray Wyatt's crawl scarred James. He's like, that crawl, that was scary.
That was awesome. Freaking man. I don't know if that's the Grudge or the Ring, but either one, it's freaking scary.
I think if either WWE or SmackDown have a Halloween-themed episode this year, as I'm used to them having, Bray Wyatt should be in the main event. Just whatever TV show falls close to Halloween, just have him be like the central focus. He's scariest thing out there.
6-man tag, the Wyatt family versus, I don't know, not the Shield. So don't even go there. Not the Shield, but the Wyatt family versus someone. 3 guys. I don't care who. Maybe they have a Halloween costume contest, and they have like a winner and a runner-up and a second runner-up, and those 3 would all be baby faces, and they would all face the Wyatt family in a 6-man tag for the main event at Halloween.
Ableist comment of the night for me so far. He's like, Bray Wyatt's spider walk was creepy as hell. I think that's gonna scar everybody, dude.
And here I am talking about how cool I thought it was.
Yeah, you see, like, I thought it was cool as hell too, and I think everybody else did, but they were also just like genuinely creeped out, and I can't really say I blame them. The only thing that creeps me out even more is the idea of Ryback and Paul Heyman having a bromance.
Why does that creep you out?
I don't know.
Is it because of the age difference? Because Heyman's so much older?
That could be.
Is there a little bit of a rapey vibe there?
Just a little bit.
Statutory problems.
That's what happens to bullies.
Dude, Ryback's little giggle after that, a little just cracks me up every time.
He's so good as a heel.
He's like his sarcastic, that's what happens, and then just like a big pause, and he's looking around like, I wonder, are they paying attention? Are they paying attention? To bullies! Like,
how could they show Ryback's bullying clips and not show the clip of him slapping that guy in the face in the shower and telling him to turn on the water? That was the funniest shit ever. I still laugh when I think about it.
Turn the water on.
Turn on the water. It's all that I have. Turn on the water.
Now get out of here.
I mean, I was talking to James about it, and we both agree. It's really abnormal how much we enjoy watching Ryback abuse others. Because it really is just...
He is like the anti-Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Like, him in a 15-minute Iron Man match with Zack Ryder is like a dream match.
Oh, please. Like, I'm about to...
With a fall count of 15-0, Ryback!
One fall per minute. One fall per minute.
That's right. Here we go.
Now, I predicted Ryback to win here.
Feed me more in the song.
No, you know what? They need to change the theme again and be like, I hate bullies. Dun 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 dun. Yeah.
I don't know how well that would gel, just because bullies is 2 syllables. But I do know that Ryback just cursed and they had to bleep it out, so I don't know what he actually said.
And you know, can I just like say something offhandedly real quick? Like we touched on the breast cancer awareness earlier. It doesn't make any sense to me why the heels would be a part of this, and that's why I think it goes overboard, because it really starts to affect the lines that you're trying to create.
And that is why I am almost proud of Ryback, because he didn't go out of his way to add pink to his attire.
Yeah. He just wore a little like poncho-esque thing and he took it off as soon as he got in the ring.
Exactly. He's like, yeah, sure, they're making me wear this. Now get it off of me. You know what I hate even more than bullies? Is cancer. Dude, I have this weird feeling in the pit of my stomach that these guys are going to put on a frickin' clinic.
I hope they do. I really hope they do, because again, as you and I talked about in our video last night, you've been in the very positive circles. I have not, and I would like to see the circles that I've been, hearing the thoughts about this match for to really eat crow alongside me. I'm tired of eating alone, so I hope these guys tear the house down and really prove to all the naysayers that these guys are capable of having a great match. I think they've already proven it, but let them just have it prove it again. So...
But with the reverse psychology and both of them kind of playing the positions that they're most, suited for, maybe? Because even though, let's give credit where credit's due. Punk is probably, when he wants to be, the best heel on the entire WWE roster. But at the end of the day, if your heel is the big guy and your babyface actually has something to overcome, the entire psychology of the match just makes more sense.
Right. I expect this to be similar. I mean, not to the same degree, of course, but I do expect this to be along the lines of, Punk Lesnar, where Lesnar was just kind of, mauling CM Punk, and Punk makes that really courageous comeback. I don't expect Punk to be scrapping that much because Ryback.
Actually, I was just going to say, I don't think it's going to go to that extreme, because the difference between Ryback and Brock Lesnar is that Ryback will actually sell Punk's offense.
Right.
Like, if Punk punches Ryback a few times, he'll actually cringe and flinch rather than Brock, who just kind of takes it and then dishes it right back.
Right, tenfold. But I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to articulate here. I mean, Punk's definitely in for a struggle as the babyface in this equation.
Exactly. And there's no opportunity for him to kind of, use underhanded tactics and cheat, and if he does, it would only make sense in certain contexts.
I mean, really, I guess the only thing, and I thought about this too when you and I concluded our video last night, we know what the end game is, Ashton. The end game is Punk getting his hands on Paul Heyman. He's not even guaranteed to do that, though, if he wins this match.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Brock Lesnar is still waiting in the shadows.
Yeah, and not only that, but who's to say, because he really wants to inflict a beating on Heyman, who's to say in the midst of that beating, Ryback doesn't recover and just, negate everything.
I really hate this crowd. Now they're doing Goldberg chants.
Daniel Bryan will totally win him over, I think, before the night is through.
Yeah, but, like, have some respect for everyone else.
I agree, but you can't teach respect, I guess. Ryback's done some amazing work with Daniel Bryan as a heel. I'm very intrigued to see what he can do with Punk here.
No doubt.
As we go into the lockup.
I don't understand why anyone would hate on Ryback as a heel. He's been so freaking funny. Like, he went from movie, cartoony 80s bully to just, like, over-the-top comic levels of bully. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. I just think he's hilarious.
No, absolutely. Look, my only qualm with Ryback turning heel at first was that I was scared, like, how long is it going to take this man to find his stride? Because like, the momentum he was garnering as a babyface, and I was really worried when he lost to WrestleMania to Mark Henry, and I'm like, well, can he find his footing again? And I'm so happy he has, because I still see a star and star quality in Ryback. It was never a matter of, oh, Ryback sucks, or oh, Ryback's this, or Ryback's that. No, quite the contrary. My concern always was, can he find his positioning? Can he be strong? Can he find his spot, and can he be strong in that spot?
Yeah, and this is way better than Cryback.
Absolutely. It's like there was
I don't know
if
you've noticed over the last few weeks, but over the last few weeks, Ryback has had the words big guy and big traps written on his singlet, and tonight it says big neck, big checks.
I mean, Ryback has just really, you could tell he's having fun with this character. He's really put all of himself into it. Nice interception of CM Punk as he drives his back into the ring post. Goes again, but then, Ryback skull tastes it. And like you said, selling that offense, Ashton. But, you can really tell that Ryback's having a lot of fun. When he was Cryback, there came a point when he was quitting during his matches and he would tell the referee, I think I heard something pop that I was telling myself, and it wasn't the crowd.
That's because he was a heel, though.
Yeah. Well, not even an enjoyable heel. Like, I think the crowd can pop for something a heel does if they feel like, it's over for the babyface. But, like, I just don't even think the crowd was really all that into it. And now, like, I'm having fun with it again. That shower segment, I think, is the funniest thing since Zach Gowen got his good leg broken by Brock Lesnar. I mean, But then again, I've always been a fan of dark comedy.
Yeah, I can tell. And, I mean, I know you like that, but I just can't get over the fact that he beat the crap out of R.D. Evans. The freaking barrister.
So you have dreams. Yeah. To go to WrestleMania. Yeah. Like me. Yeah. Slap.
How dare you have dreams? Those are reserved for the big guys.
Oh, Ryback's such a goofball.
That's the best way to describe it, too. He's a freaking goofball. Him and Biggie Langston would be an amazing, legitimate monster heel tag team. But on that same note, they would be an amazing, like, comedic tag team at the same time.
Biggie Langston's another one, man. His athleticism is something else. It'll be good to see if he can ever find his way back on the map.
But he has the comedy factor, too. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying with him and Ryback. They both are these big, giant, muscle-bound bodybuilders that actually have a sense of humor that kind of shows through every now and then.
Definitely. I'd agree with that. And nice kick there by Ryback.
And now we transition into a freaking rest hold. Oh, my goodness. Has WWE resorted back to their 2009 style of ring work?
Wonder how many rest holds we'll see in the main event, because Daniel Bryan just seems to be the type, like, he goes bell to bell.
Yeah, but he's also going against the king of rest holds, Randy Orton.
It's like, wait, Bryan, I'm not as talented as you. Let's take a rest. But we just went into a rear naked choke or, rear chin lock just a few minutes ago. Please, I don't want to have to break out the oxygen tank. I don't want to be embarrassed. All right, fine. But you better be ready for my flurry of offense at the end.
And I'm fucking wind.
Suck that wind.
Leg on. That was a freaking Ryback leg drop. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That's another thing about Ryback that I don't think a lot of people give him enough credit for. He definitely possesses athleticism and some agility for a man his size. That's what impressed me about Ryback when he first came in. Plus, I think his finisher is friggin' cool. Like, if I was to categorize finishers, I mean, Daniel Bryan's running knee is certainly my favorite. But Ryback's would be up there. I think Ryback's would definitely, if not just crack, but definitely be in my top 10. Shell Shock, I just think looks really cool. So, Kudos to him. And clothesline in the corner. See, now that's smart strategy. I never understood when guys like Irish whip their opponents in the corner, and then they're still on the other end, and then they charge. Like, why not follow through? That was smart strategy by Ryback. Yeah.
I remember when I first saw somebody do that back in, I want to say, like 99, maybe 2000. And I was just like, oh, he just gets it. This is it. Why does anyone ever do anything else?
Right. It's like, I remember once that a similar thing happened in DBZ. I was watching Super Boo versus Gohan in his ultimate form, and Super Boo was about to, like, blast energy like out of his mouth, like do an energy blast, and Gohan shoved it back down his throat, and I'm like, finally, somebody who understands it. You don't have to take the blast. So it's nice when people can be, just use a little bit of intellect, flex that mind muscle.
That's why I always loved Ted DiBiase when he would throw someone up against the ropes and then go up against the same rope, and when they turned around, nail him with the lariat.
Yeah.
That was like, that move alone was enough to get me invested in the Ted DiBiase character.
Let's see. Hanging by the rope suplex, and there's a boot to the head.
He used to hit that on Randy Orton after Legacy split up, and that was just awesome.
Oh, yeah, that was a great maneuver in Ted DiBiase's arsenal. Hope he's doing well in his current endeavors of being a dad, and I think he has a new business he's working on. I hope that's going well. I'll tell you what's not going well is this match for CM Punk. Ryback has been all over him like you and I thought he would be. But that just makes the comeback all the sweeter. And Heyman's just loving it. I love Paul Heyman. He's bullying you.
Dude, the look Heyman gives Ryback sometimes. I mean, I get the definite creep factor too.
I had these advisors in school, right, that always made sure that I was, like, on top of everything, and always made sure, like, John, if you ever need anything, you come to us. I wish Heyman was one of my advisors, but on a more personal level, like, almost like an aide level where he just goes with me everywhere. Because I can just picture myself taking... Well, yeah, I want Jared Subway level type aides, definitely. I could just picture, like, Paul Heyman in my corner when I'm taking a test and I'm, like, having problems with this math problem. He's doing this to mock you. He doesn't think you can overcome this math problem. I don't know, Paul, but you can do it. All you have to do is take the square root of this number and you're home free. It's practically a 2 count.
You got a 2 count on question 7.
Yes. You don't need this extra credit problem. The extra credit problem needs you. Get your head in the game.
1 more and it would have been 3.
Look at Ryback with the body scissors there. That's nice.
The way Paul Heyman looks at Ryback is the same way Serena used to look at Punk in the Straight Edge Society.
I know, right? Totally skeeved out right now.
And it worked perfectly back then, and I'm going to go ahead and say it pretty much works exactly the way they want it to work now.
I gotta give Ryback credit. Being a heel and aligning with Heyman, I don't know what it is, but he's definitely become, I think, more cerebral, definitely more technical. But look at those forearms by Punk, finally mounting the comeback. But I was going to comment on Ryback's body scissors. Definitely knows how to cut Punk off until Punk finds a way out. Look at that, man. Hey, ref, isn't there a count or something? Good God.
Not when Ryback has him pinned down on himself.
And Heyman's concerned. I love the faces.
Is Paul Heyman your favorite manager of all time?
I think he is, dude. I think I have a slight manager crush on Paul Heyman. I mean, I would never cheat on Emma, of course. I mean, that's
Emma's
totally
not a manager, though, so that's not cheating.
I just don't know if she'd be comfortable with me having other relationships.
It's like how some guys just have that one actor that they really look up to and admire, and they call it their man crush, but they're not cheating on their wife.
Morgan Freeman. Sorry, I got lost for a second. What were we talking about?
Did you get lost thinking that you were looking into his eyes?
I was imagining him reading the phone book to me while I was eating chocolate-dipped strawberries.
God. Wow.
There's the neck breaker by Punk. Hey, if you thought the reverse crab walk by Bray Wyatt freaked people out, wait till they listen to this.
Yeah, and okay, now all of a sudden Paul Heyman decides he wants to cut a promo.
I think insecurity installations just went way up. What is going on? What?
We'll be right there with your cocoa and blankets. Punk, turn around. Was that? The
What?
clothesline.
And he stops the promo.
Well, he's gonna kick out of this. Duh.
That's what happens to bullies.
Is Ryback bleeding out of his mouth?
Yeah.
You laugh. You have problems.
I really do.
You're laughing because Ryback is bleeding of the mouth. What if he has internal issues?
Oh, he'll be fine. He's a big boy.
That's kind of the problem. He might have had a kidney explosion.
There's probably a hospital nearby. Don't you pass out on me now, Ryback. You have a match to finish.
So you're saying Ryback is going to get checked into the nearest hospital? The nearest medical facility?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. What a kick to the head there by Punk.
Does he even understand nutrition?
Apparently he eats like 8 meals a day.
Dude, do you not get the reference here?
No.
Ryback's promo that he cut on Cena before the hospital, or the ambulance match.
Oh. Really?
After the heel turn, when he was talking about how he would have to be checked into the nearest medical facility.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, I know it was horrible, but it was so bad that it was memorable.
And we see Punk painstakingly getting to the top rope.
Go ahead. Just change the subject. Move on.
Hey, look, it's not my fault it was lost on me, okay? That was a weak pass.
And we get the top rope elbow. And Ryback's liver just got punctured. And
I can't believe Punk connected with that. It took him 20 minutes to get to the top rope. That was the equivalent of a Justin Gabriel 450. And Ryback he still took it.
Obviously, he's out of breath. What's he going to do?
And Paul Heyman looks like he's about to stroke. He needs to bring a defibrillator with him at ringside.
Do you think it would make a difference, though? Even if he did?
I am the best. Oh, my God. GTS. Oh, my God. Okay, 2.5 count. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. I am the best in the world.
Clear!
The only thing he's clearing is his checks with Brock Lesnar and Ryback by his side.
Uh-oh! Punkanrana!
I would love to see Ryback try that one day. I mean, we've seen Kane do a Hurricane Rana. That's how a Hurricane Rana is done. Take notes, Cena.
I was just going to say, Cena's just more like a Hurricane Rana.
Oh, what's this? I thought Ryback was going to go for something like a crossroads for a second.
I thought he was going to get to a freaking tombstone. I was like, what is going on? Is this how he's going to call out Undertaker, since they're saying that he might end up facing Undertaker at Mania?
That's a match I'd want to see. I'd have no problem with that.
That's the rumor, I think. It's going to be either him or Cena. And if Undertaker can't work, then whoever that would have been is going to go against Lesnar.
Oh, wow. Which would mean we'd either get John Cena versus Brock Lesnar 3 or Ryback versus Brock Lesnar 1.
I still think that it's inevitable that we're going to get Rock Cena 3. I don't want it, but it's inevitable. Even if it's not at this coming pay-per-view, it's got to happen eventually. The Rock is still technically the #1 contender for the WWE title, and everyone else has just been a temporary.
Yeah, really. But that clause has to expire at some point.
Don't use the low blow!
Yeah! Nice!
To fix his singlet straps. Big guy, big balls.
I hate blue balls.
Yes! Well, Punker wins, and
I see one off of the low blow. Like, I thought the low blow would have been a setup to either a Vice or a GTS.
I am actually shocked that Punk won. I think that we both were expecting Ryback to pull this one out.
Yeah, we finally got one wrong. Way to go, Heyman.
You have a short memory, don't you?
What are you talking about?
Oh, the Divas match?
Oh, yeah. Oops. Well, this is one that got wrong that actually matters.
For the most part, the world title match?
I still got half credit for that.
You got half credit, but as a unit, we didn't do very good on it.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Paul Heyman didn't really do very good representing Ryback here. I mean, way to stand by your Paul Heyman guy.
Hey, he tried. He cut a promo mid-match and everything. What else?
Yeah, you know what? There's trying Ashton and then there's failure. I think Heyman just attained the latter.
You remember,
Way to go.
next time I ask you to do something and you say, I'll try.
Well, at least you know my limitations. Paul Heyman's supposed to be a god.
You mean he's not all of a sudden?
Well, he's definitely shown his mortality tonight.
He's clearly fallible. Why did that just end? What now? Like, what was the point of Punk winning that match if he didn't get anything out of it?
Yeah, that's kind of a weird ending.
Whatever, man. What's left? Are there any...
Main event?
Is that it? Is it 10:30? It's only it's 10:12, and they're gonna show a video package, and then by the time the entrances are done, it'll be freaking 25 after. So now would be a good time to recap the rest of the show. What do you think, John?
I've enjoyed the show so far. You know, again, it's kind of like I said in our video last night. On paper, it looked like a solid show. It's just really the build-up and the selling of it didn't seem very strong, but I've been very happy with it so far.
I gotta say, my favorite match so far is the Rhodes match.
Definitely. It really has a tight grasp on match of the night. Only the main event can unseat it, and the question is, will it? You know?
I was hoping that Punk Ryback match would unseat it. But, I mean, it was a good match. I'm not trying to take credit away from it, but it didn't quite have the climactic finish that the Rhodes match had.
No, it didn't. I feel like towards the end it especially picked up. But, yeah, that tag match, man, what a beautiful moment that was.
You know, this entire night has been, at the very least, tolerable, with the exception of these frickin' booth cuts.
Oh, yeah, that panel, man.
The only way that they could make this worse is if they swapped out Tensai for Swagger.
Oh, God, don't even joke.
And Titus O'Neil for Del Rio.
Oh, again.
Titus O'Neil's wearing a fake beard. Why does that look like a Tarzan wig?
What the fluff?
And Tensai is off in his own little world. We've lost him. He's broken.
Hey, everyone, remember when I was the A-Train and having competitive matches with the likes of Brock Lesnar? Yeah, me too.
You know, I find it funny that Tensai has basically gone through the exact same name evolution in both of his relevant runs in the WWE. First time, he went from Prince Albert to Albert. This time, he went from Lord Tensai to Tensai. And in the first run, he went from just Albert to the A-Train, and now he went from Tensai to Sweet Tea. It's the same thing.
It's so true.
Last time, though, after the A-Train, he became the Hip Hop Hippo, so I am horrified at what comes next.
Actually, no, you have it backwards. He was the Hip Hop Hippo before he became the A-Train.
Oh, was that between?
Yeah, it was like, because I remember him.
A-Train?
He was the Hip Hop Hippo, then he turned on Scotty, and then he was just still like Albert, but then he aligned with Heyman, who came up with the concept A-Train.
Okay.
And he ran with it. Yeah. Yeah!
Okay, yes, you win that one. See, I give you credit when you actually deserve it.
Yay!
Oh,
the title's in abeyance!
I want Stephanie to get punched so bad.
Your dreams will never come true.
She's such a screaming hag.
Great video package again, really highlighting the psychosis of Randy Orton.
I miss IED Randy Orton.
You know what? This would be an opportune time with all the controversy surrounding the championship to bring back the punt. I'm telling you, man. Either there or Hell in a Cell. At some point, the punt's got to make a comeback. If Del Rio can kick people in the head, then I don't see why Randy Orton can't.
IED.
Look at his mother. Oh, Miz.
Oh boy, that might just be my favorite WWE segment of all time.
You know, on its own, the beatdown was actually pretty weak in hindsight, but your reactions to it, I think, bumped it up from like a 3-star to a 4.
And then the Big Show, that whole Miz TV segment where Stephanie came out and just ripped the Miz a new one and called him a utility player and basically said everything that everyone's been thinking for the last 3 years to the Miz, to his face, and then Big Show knocked him out. That was the ultimate climax.
I think in more ways than one for every Miz hater on the planet.
Black screen. Are they going to just keep this up until 25 after when the actual main event is supposed to start?
Potentially.
In the Batcave.
Stephanie, what's going on? William Regal regained control as GM and he's decided to end the pay-per-view early.
Quick, start up the Batmobile. McMahon.
McMahon. Damn it! Damn it! What is going on? I'm a billionaire, damn it!
Ay. Well, hopefully this next match is worth the watch. I'm sure it will be. It's freaking Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, you know.
Telling you, man. Even if this match doesn't necessarily deliver, it's all building up to the crescendo.
Whoop whoop!
Known as Hell in a Cell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see here. So, John, now that Truth is out of the way, who do you think is going to be the next challenger for the Intercontinental title?
I'd love a returning John Morrison, but like you, all we really have are our dreams for certain things.
I was just saying, let's be a little bit more realistic here now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a realistic choice that doesn't suck. I'd love a babyface Antonio Cesaro, but I still think that's kind of building. They'll probably do some kind of number one contender scenario. Who knows? Maybe Christian. Maybe he'll come back and they'll throw him in there.
Maybe Rey Mysterio.
That would be good. I felt like Rey was the MVP of the Intercontinental Championship back in 2007. That was some good stuff.
I'd be okay with that. Oh, boy.
Curtis Axel is just so bad.
Dude, this freaking video package is like 10 minutes long. We get it. You framed Daniel Bryan. I wonder if Scott Armstrong is ever going to get what's coming to him.
You know, I don't think he will. I think it's just whatever.
That's stupid. I think that he should seriously get, like, a Busaiku knee kick to the face.
That would be awesome.
Like, Scott Armstrong comes out and he wants to apologize to Daniel Bryan, and Bryan's just like, get on your knees to apologize to me. And then he's like, I'm sorry, Daniel. No. Close your eyes and really beg for it. And then he hits him with the knee.
But that would be a really douchey maneuver by Bryan, don't you think? I mean, he is supposed to be the ultimate.
But it would be so well deserved.
So true, but again,
all these heel
Daniel
characters need to get what's coming to them, and I have this weird feeling that only Triple H will.
That's because you're probably right.
Maybe Brad Maddox, if we're lucky.
Yeah, but honestly, Maddox hasn't really done too many things wrong. You know, he's just really a puppet, if all things considered.
He is. He really, really is.
And again, that scheming on the phone, man, makes me think we could be in store for a fishy finish.
Well, I mean, yeah, Big Show. We kind of figured this out already.
Yeah, true.
It's freaking home. What is he gonna do? I own you, Randy. Oh, man. Again, with the black screen, are they intentionally taking gigantic breaks between video packages to stretch it out till 1025?
Potentially. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Booker T is so not friends with this.
Wait, what? Oh my goodness. You've got to be kidding me.
This is crazy.
I want to see something real quick. I think we may have just stumbled upon WWE's Halloween Havoc.
Ah, nice.
Because the broadcast is, like, out. Who put Sin Cara in charge of the pay-per-view feed?
Ha. JBL's like, I blame the government shutdown.
That is awesome.
I love JBL.
JBL is awesome. And I can't help myself. Anytime somebody calls someone Mike or Michael, I just can't help myself from saying, Michael! Shut up, Michael! Jerry Lawler can't talk. Well, I think there's no doubt that, oh boy, here comes Randy Orton. He hears voices.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Randy Orton looking confident tonight.
What else is new? He's Randy Orton. And it's not confident, it's cocky.
Is there really a difference?
Yes.
I see.
Ask any female ever.
Well, Randy Orton did just recently go through a divorce, so I guess she was able to make the distinction.
Apparently.
If Randy Orton were to win tonight, what WWE Championship reign does that make for Randy Orton?
Like 14. Of course, I was just being sarcastic and joking. So.
It's got to be high up there, though. I mean,
if we're just talking about WWE, I think it's 11.
That's crazy.
Or no, wait, that would be overall world title because I think he was at 10 before this whole thing started.
Right.
So then, has he actually won the title yet? Oh, that's right. Yeah, he cashed in Money in the Bank to win it. So that was
right.
11. So if he wins tonight, it would be 12.
Right.
But that's world titles in general, not just the WWE title.
Right.
I'll look real quick and just Wikipedia check to see how many reigns he's had as far as just the WWE title goes.
The crowd seems so ready for this.
Well, I mean, the show's been pretty lackluster so far, so I can't blame him. Number of reigns. Randy Orton, 7. So if he wins tonight, it'll be 8.
Damn.
Yep.
If Daniel Bryan wins the title tonight, I think you can expect an even bigger pop than the Rhodes family securing their jobs and their futures.
I found a really good GIF of the Cesaro swing on Kali. I'm sending you a link.
Nice.
It's really well put together. Like it ends right as it begins. It's pretty good.
Justin Roberts, I'm sure, has got to feel relieved that Daniel Bryan is a babyface. He knows that his tie will remain secure around his neck instead of being strangled with it.
Weighing in at 210 pounds. Oh, man. If he was 6'4", he would be a former 5-time WWE champion right now. If not more, because they probably would have signed him sooner also.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so glad Daniel Bryan's on our side and not still working the Indies, or even worse, TNA.
That is way worse. Daniel Bryan! Cracks me up when they try and get a chant going and they can't synchronize it. That's the true sign of a crappy crowd.
Yeah,
half the
really.
people want to do it at their timing, the other half want to do it with their timing, and they just can't agree and compromise.
They're worse than Congress.
No, we will not do things to your rhythm. You're going to try and conform to us. So go ahead. Let's go. No, you're doing it wrong.
You're ruining my life.
Friggin' Tyler Breeze. Clone myself?
He is so me. Like, we could be best friends tomorrow.
That doesn't exist. Oh, man.
I should Facebook him. He would totally add me. I think he'd appreciate that I'm just like him, except slightly less attractive.
What's CJ Parker going to do now that he can't get government funding anymore?
I don't know, get a real job?
I mean, he is a pro wrestler.
Yeah, hippie.
Oh, man, the psychology of this match is already starting to unravel itself. We're starting to get a little hint of what we're going to be getting big time.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
But I usually have high expectations for matches that start out like this. You know, the feeling out process.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
establishing a base.
I'm optimistic. This match is starting out like it's going to be an amazing match.
Right.
And for those wondering, yeah, it pretty much did start at 25 after, like we were saying.
Yeah, really. And why do babyfaces always go for that? Oh, let me test my strength against you in this WWE Championship match. Oh, kick to the gut. Oh, nobody saw that coming.
He stunned the Viper. Get it? Snake stunner.
Oh, nice arm breaker there by Daniel Bryan. I love how ruthless Bryan can be when he's in control. It's like I said about him, you know, when he was the world heavyweight champion, or at least he was the #1 contender for the world heavyweight title, and he had his feud with Sheamus and their 2 out of 3 falls match at Extreme Rules. Daniel Bryan is so crisp and just so pure in his offense that he makes just, you know, pure technical wrestling seem even more brutal than hardcore wrestling. Any trash can, any kendo stick, any flaming table. It's beautiful. It really is watching art unfold when you see Daniel Bryan go to work.
Yep. They're actually talking about Daniel Bryan having been trained by HBK. That's how you know they're trying to get this, well, trying to keep this kid over. I can't say get, he already freaking is.
Right.
when they resort to the HBK bomb.
You gotta wonder if HBK will have a presence in the storyline soon enough.
Because of Triple H and Bryan together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of lingering in the background, like it might happen, but I just get this feeling that they aren't going to bring that out.
I mean, I have expected them to do it with Brie at some point, and they kind of did. Thankfully, though, I still don't think they've gone overboard with it. At least that's just me. I'd be curious to see what Shawn Michaels could bring to the table, though, especially if Hell in a Cell is going to be the climax.
Dude, I was just thinking, how hilarious would it be if Brie turned on Bryan tonight and got with Randy?
Oh, God. I don't know. Because I thought about that, because, other people have actually predicted that.
Because, we don't know how real and how kayfabe Total Divas is.
Right.
And if the engagement was on Total Divas, it could be a complete work just to get into this storyline.
Would WWE be that cruel and shrewd?
Probably, yeah. Dude, if you have any questions about how cruel and shrewd the WWE is, Mark Henry's retirement promo will answer your doubts.
Yeah, that is so true. Oh, wait, dude, I think we might see it. He's working the leg over. Tell me we're going to see Indian Deathlock forms. Please, please, I will mark.
If we do... Oh! No. Maybe?
I think so. He's setting it up. He's setting it up.
He is. He's working.
Smash him in the fucking face.
Yep. Sorry. Here it is. Here it is. Yes! Dude, this is like the ultimate position of power. You have the other guy's legs twisted like a pretzel, and you're standing up, hovering above his painful body.
I like how Orange is like looking up at him like, please don't.
Just like, oh God, I can't feel my feet.
And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Don't stop. Yeah, where are those voices now, bitch? What you hearing, asshole? I am telling you, Ashton, when Daniel Bryan gets in that gear, at whatever point in the match that he chooses to go there, it's amazing.
He has a fifth gear, and then he drops down to like second or third, but he only drops down to that level to get up to a sixth gear. Because when then he hits that second wind, it's over.
Absolutely.
I love it. I'm telling you, man, it's freaking amazing that an ROH product has this impressive level of in-ring psychology.
Definitely.
I almost feel like calling him an ROH product is an insult because he's done so much more than that, but that was what he was best known for before he came to the WWE.
That's how I heard of Danielson was ROH, you know.
And Dragon Gate, I'm pretty sure, were the two main things, and obviously some PWG.
And look at what he's made of himself on the main stage, the big leagues.
I absolutely love that the WWE is basically treating the indies and even ROH like their own personal, training grounds.
The independent wrestling is the modern day talent farm.
It's like the independent circuit and ROH are high school football, and then NXT is college football, and the WWE is NFL.
That was beautiful. Yeah, that just blew my mind right there.
It's like if you really make a name for yourself at the high school level, you get to go to a good college, and if you really stand out there, then you'll get called up.
Absolutely true, though. The analogy fits. I mean, seriously, we're still waiting for college football prospects, so to speak, to make it on the main roster. And if they're as impactful as Daniel Bryan, Sami Zayn, Leo Kruger.
I almost said Antonio Cesaro just because he's on NXT so much, but it's okay because he on NXT is awesome, him on WWE is awesome, he's just great everywhere.
Absolutely. And hey, if not, Antonio Cesaro, certainly his former tag team partner, Cassius Ohno.
Oh, dude. There are so many tag teams that I want to happen involving Antonio Cesaro. I want him with Sami Zayn, I want him with Adrian Neville, I want him with Cassius Ohno.
Watch them make that into a storyline, too. Like, if what you're saying comes to pass, I don't know who I'm going to compete for the tag team titles with. And then they're all bickering, and then there's like a triple threat match between Ohno, Neville, and who else did you say? Who was the third partner?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, and then the winner of that gets to partner with Cesaro for a tag title opportunity or something.
Sounds almost like some Santino Kozlov crap.
Exactly.
That's not a good thing.
Well, that's because Santino is crap.
Hated that storyline. And they were tag champs too, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Ugh.
Please, Santino's also a former 2-time Intercontinental Champion. I'm still trying to forget.
Yeah, I know, but that was the freaking globe belt that doesn't matter anymore. Does somebody have a Poobs 316 sign?
What? Yeah, oh my god, I just saw it.
What the heck is Poobs?
Are you sure that the ring ropes didn't cut out the other part of the B and it's Boobs 316?
I'm pretty sure because I saw the bottom part of the P, and there wasn't an extra hump there to make it a B. Oh! Skin the cat, baby!
Oh, wow.
That was pretty cool. Now he's going to get back in the ring and do a suicide dive. Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Daniel Bryan, man, is just flawless.
Dude, this match is just about ready to really kick into high gear.
Well, Daniel Bryan's a high gear performer, so it's now or never, really, and that was just insane.
I will point out, though, there have been next to no rest holds in this match.
That is true.
At least none that I've noticed.
Gotta figure how much longer can Randy Orton keep this up, because he's my concern, not Bryan. Oh, God, what is this?
Randy Orton doesn't do rest holds because he's in bad shape. I think that he just used to do rest holds because he and Triple H were working matches and they really wanted to get the psychology down.
Right.
So they were using it to communicate. But since he's been with Bryan, they're just kind of going off the hip and they've been great. Holy crap! Freaking powerbomb! Wow! When was the last time Randy Orton used a powerbomb?
And look,
Boston Crab? What?
And he packaged it, and he kept control of the legs. That's impressive. Oh, that's a pretty bad looking Boston Crab, though. He's got to arch his back into it.
Oh, no, he gets into it. He's getting into it. He's.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Big ups to Randy Orton, I'll tell you.
Oh, man. Now the crowd's getting into it.
I'm telling you, Ashton, you get these guys in
the helmet. Just dragged him away from the ropes. Oh!
What a heel Jericho maneuver.
What the heck is he doing?
What is he? Is he going to slingshot him or something?
Mr. Small Package!
Oh, and he didn't get the win with it. All those credentials from Aberdeen, Washington weren't enough. There's only one thing left to do. He's got to pull out Mr. Hug It Out.
He can steal from Bailey and use the Hugplex.
The Hugplex, yes. The spirit bomb of Daniel Bryan's repertoire.
I'm still charging my energy.
It'll take at least about 5 more episodes. Oh, right in the
charging.
You know what I love about how these guys work, Ashton? The fluidity of it. Like, because I think there's a distinct difference between that and chemistry. Like, not every move, I think, is going to flow with every move, but here we go.
Oh. Dude, I don't know if you've ever seen the Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness match, but Nigel McGuinness got pulled up against the corner post there, like what Orton just did to Bryan, except his head cracked it, and they did it about 5 times, and it made his head open up the hard way.
Oh, holy shit.
Like, his head actually got cracked open on the friggin' ring post.
I know Nigel McGuinness as Desmond Wolfe. That's one of the few bright spots in TNA was his feud with Kurt Angle. Some epic technical wrestling matches there.
But, like, that match, I think that might have even been the same match that Bryan detached his retina in. Although, you know what? That might have been an Austin Aries match. I'm sure the ROH bots are out there right now screaming at their keyboards.
Yeah. Oh, man, Orton's mannerisms are back in full swing.
Yep. body language, facial expressions, the whole package.
He's just
and
loving
it's time
it.
for one of his moves of doom already, the superplex.
I would like it if he did the top turnbuckle variation of the DDT instead, kind of throw us for a loop a little bit.
Has to pay homage to his daddy. Or at least
is that what his dad is well known for? Is the superplex?
From what I understand, he actually was one of the first, if not the first person to use a superplex in the United States.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, now why don't people talk about that more instead of the fact that he always wore a cast? That to me is really cool.
Because he was a heel, so they don't want to talk about the good things that he did.
Well, I think even when you're a heel, but you're like of a legendary status,
right. He's not considered to be a legend anymore because, like, when he came back with Orton, it was all heel work. So if you're going to be a heel even after your retirement, you're not going to be any kind of a babyface ever.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It's just like Bob Orton is just forever a heel.
Again with the slow-mo.
I love the slow-mo that they've been using, dude. It really shows how much damage these guys' bodies take.
Absolutely. You want to talk about a "don't try this at home" advertisement, just show them a bunch of slow-mo.
Yeah, like, they even had a clip of Sami Zayn hitting, I want to say, Sawyer Fulton at NXT with the Yakuza kick in the corner.
Yeah.
And they showed a freaking slow-mo from the perspective of the ring post.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
You just saw the freaking boot and the guy's face flopping around like it just got unhinged.
That's freaking awesome.
It was pretty great. Why are they... Oh! Backslide. Oh, he knocked him out!
Oh, crap. Night of Champions all over again. This is exactly what happened at Night of Champions.
No, it isn't. It wasn't a Baisuka knee kick.
No, but I'm saying that was the setup to the Baisuka knee kick.
Oh, it was?
It was the backslide, the kick to the head, and then he went in the corner. The only difference is Daniel Bryan actually tried to get the win there. Only difference.
Oh, I see. Well, Orton rolled out of the ring now, so he can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, how great would it be if Bryan tried to do the rope hung DDT to Orton now?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Uh-oh.
You know, I was thinking about potential counters to that knee kick.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, my God, he's
dead. What the hell are you Oh, my God, he's dead. Dude,
that was not even okay with me. Why would you take that bump? It's so unnecessary.
They want to have great matches. They're putting it all out there.
Match without killing someone.
Apparently, they disagree. They probably talked about it backstage. He's like, Daniel, you know one of us has to die. And he's probably like, uh-huh.
Clear the table off before you slam his back into it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well,
oh, God. No. Oh, wow.
If I wasn't before, I'm now fully invested in this match. That freaking suplex to the outside bump got me in.
Oh, man, this match is really getting physical now. We're getting, like, street fight levels when those two were still baby faces. I mean, that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
Oh, and Bryan broke up the count.
Come on, Bryan, you don't have to do this.
What the hell?
Oh,
is he doing the apron knee? What the hell is he? No. What are you doing?
Oh, my God.
What
the? Catch him there, Randy, you jerk.
Crossbody? Okay, crossbody. Oh, wow. Wow. How are you not dead?
Daniel Bryan is not only the most talented wrestler in the WWE, he might very well be the toughest.
Oh, dude, without a doubt. You want to talk about scrappy? You want to talk about resilient? You want to talk about passionate?
He hit the top rope headbutt! Oh, God! Dude, this match!
I think Daniel Bryan eclipses the whole of his peers with how he competes. That's a wrestler's wrestler right there. What a match this is.
Sounded kind of dirty. At least you said he eclipses all of his peers and not that he fills it.
Well, clearly. I am a cunning linguist, after all.
Oh my goodness. Dude, when he does this, I always get nervous. I feel like he's always gonna, like, every single time he does it, I feel like he's gonna run into the freaking turnbuckle.
But this is just further evidence of our point. Daniel Bryan has stayed in this one gear.
Oh my god. He hit it times before Orton finally went down for the fifth one.
I mean, Daniel Bryan has stayed in this gear, Ashton, after taking the outside suplex bump and the crossbody bump.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, that was like a borderline Chris Sabin level drop kick into the corner.
Yeah, I mean, Sabin gets hype, but just the intensity behind those kicks, I almost want to say Daniel Bryan did it better. Like,
oh my goodness.
He is so lost in himself right now.
Oh, he's going to just do the chest kicks first. I thought he was going to go for the head kick, and I thought he was going to get caught.
And the crowd is just, I mean, you can tell they're really into this.
And there it is. Capture suplex! Oh my god! Dude, when Orton lifts him up and just walks around with him, it just looks like a friggin' massive display of power.
It really does. What a oh, Bryan, though, came down hard on the arm. He went for that arm right away. I hope he's okay.
Oh my.
Uh-oh. I'm watching the referee to see if he throws the X up.
No, he didn't.
Okay, good. That looked bad.
Well, and you know what, dude? Here's the thing. Even if Bryan was hurting, he wouldn't tell the ref to throw the X up because he wouldn't let the match end.
No, I don't think Bryan would want to distort the illusion that they, really the competitive atmosphere they.
Oh, wow! He landed on his left shoulder bad. Oh, crap.
Yeah, he went to it instantly. That's why I was concerned. He held it, like, instantly.
That was that slow-mo thing, too, dude. That was awesome. Although it looks like Bryan's recovered from the shoulder. It might have just been like a stinger kind of thing.
That looked bad, dude.
Yeah, maybe.
But then again, this is such a highly competitive match. Both these guys might be lost in themselves in the offense.
Have you ever jammed a finger?
Yes.
It looks like that's what he did, except to his shoulder.
Oh, God. This crowd going, no.
Permanent condition or anything. It's not like it lasts more than a couple minutes.
If Orton is still the Viper, why is he still, like, playing up to the crowd like this? The Viper, I remember, was far more cold, calculative, and focused.
Woo!
Oh, look at that. He does a slide right into it. He's like, give me room, ref. I'm about to show off.
Oh, yes! Lock it in! He has it locked in! He has it locked in!
Oh, boy, and the transition, and he's got it. He's got it, yep. Ashton was right, folks. He's got it locked in. That's in deep. That's in deep.
Big Show! Oh, my.
Wait a minute here.
Well, I think we called this.
Orton is so close to tapping. Oh, wow. Bryan's going to be so pissed. Look at the double take he's doing. He's like, what the fuck?
He definitely called this one.
Oh, there it is. He just treated Bryan like a fly, and he just swatted him in the face. Depending on how long it takes for a referee to get out there, though, Bryan might still kick out.
Brad Maddox is... Oh, it's Scott Armstrong! Come on, man!
Oh, wow. What a twist! I give Big Show credit, though, for not crying right away. He's really...
What is this, some M. Night Shyamalan ding-dong crap? What?! Oh my god, dude!
Wow.
One.
Double twist!
What? What? I thought Bryan was going to kick out. Oh, the knockout to Scott Armstrong.
M. Night Shyamalan dong ding!
What the fuck? I thought Bryan was going to kick out.
Freaking Brad Maddox's face.
Knock Randy Orton out. The crowd's going to pop so big for you if you knock Randy Orton out right now.
Orton's using his own catchphrase. Stupid, stupid. Now he's throwing a temper tantrum. Perfect Randy Orton impression.
Knock his ass out. Do it.
He's gonna.
Yep, he's going to. There's no doubt about it. Yep, there it is. Dude, Orton sold out like a freaking champ, too. That's it, though. Big Show's getting fired now.
Definitely. He's finally gone rogue.
Get a ref in there now!
Yeah, put
Look at Maddox. He's falling apart. He's like my security in the form of a 7-foot, 500-pound giant has just gone astray.
Why is Big Show's music playing like this is the end of the show? Don't even tell me they're going to end it like this. Inconclusively?
No, there needs to be a winner. Uh-oh.
A winner, or at least an announcement that it ends in a draw. I mean, I wouldn't want that either, but I'm sure Vacant would be happy.
Yeah, Vacant starts to make a cover on somebody.
I'm waiting for just random guy wearing an all-gray bodysuit with question mark on it running down to the ring and making a cover.
Is this... I mean, honestly, I don't really know if I'm friends with this or not.
Well, if this is the end of the show, I'm not happy about it. What is he doing?
Like, somebody should have
That's
recovered
it.
by now.
Dude, the freaking graphics up, that's it! Vacant
Wow.
stains!
Vacant survived! And Big Show just saying no more to close the show. Wow.
Wow.
But this begs the question, I wonder, does Big Show find himself now in the WWE Championship picture?
No,
I mean,
Show's going to find himself fired now.
I mean, this... I don't know. I mean, the only good thing to really come out of this, if we're going to really think about it that way, is that you have to believe now that, you know, Hell in a Cell is going to be the climax and we are going to get that grand finale.
Oh, wow. Dude, I mean, I'm not exactly ecstatic about the way it ended, but for the fact that it was a transitional pay-per-view in the first place, it was almost perfect.
Yeah, that's kind of my line of thinking too, dude. You know that this was meant to be a transitional pay-per-view for Hell in a Cell, which seems to be where a lot of the arcs are going to begin, and others are going to begin. So to me, considering it in that light, this was the perfect ending, but it was also just kind of awkward. Abel just comes right on and he says, "Fuck that."
Well, I mean, you know, words.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say after that.
Hell in a Cell match is going to be amazing.
That's going to be the magnum opus of this feud. That is going to be just a thing of pure art. I cannot wait for it. Those guys really proved tonight. And you know what? If they get some of the cuffs off and are actually able to utilize the cell in a very, violent and brutal fashion, oh my God. Daniel Bryan's second gear inside the cell and Randy Orton just sadistic inside the cell. Oh, I think I just lost myself. That was amazing. That's going to be amazing.
Whew, man, what a freaking match. I mean, like I said, the finish, I don't even know if I feel like I should complain about the finish, because it's just like, for the level of pay-per-view that it was on, it almost seems like it was just the perfect fit for what we got.
Well, no, absolutely. And look, I think you and I, when we did our video last night really discussing this pay-per-view, you and I understood wholeheartedly what this pay-per-view was. It wasn't a big four. It wasn't this, that, or the other. It was a new concept. It was the, Inception pay-per-view, the inaugural event, Battleground. But more importantly, though, it was a transitory pay-per-view, because I think WWE is already looking ahead to Hell in a Cell and Survivor Series. So really, in that respect, I don't think you could have had a better ending. Because what were they going to do, Ashton? Put the title on Daniel Bryan only for Triple H to strip him of it again?
Obviously, they're going to just keep it on vacant.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the only other ending that I would have been okay with is if we had the screw job like we thought we were seeing coming, And then, Randy Orton wins the championship, and then Daniel Bryan does the grand chase to end it all. So,
well, there we go.
Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this show. I thought it was a great inaugural, pay-per-view for Battleground. Don't know how that's going to reflect in the buy rates. A lot of
I
people
think that
predicted
this
low
was
buy
a
rates for the show.
stronger pay-per-view than Night of Champions. Like, Night of Champions, we kind of went over. I gave, like, a low search, high skip. This, I would give a strong search.
Right.
Like, if a scale of 1 to 10, 0 to 3 is skip, 4 to 7 is search, and 8 to 10 is buy, this is like a solid 6, maybe even a 7.
Right. No, absolutely. I still say what gets matched tonight. Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton was really good up until that awkward ending. I think that's still going to get.
Care. That ending was so appropriate for the pay-per-view. I'll give it right to it. I don't care. Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton match of the night.
I'll agree with you. I'll sign on to that. But definitely a solid number 2 without even really any competition in my eyes. Definitely the Rhodes family versus the Shield tag match.
Yep, for sure. All right. Well,
that was Battleground, folks. Love to know what you guys are thinking right now.
I am like out of breath. That match. I mean, everything leading up to the finish was so amazing.
Daniel Bryan is just a second to none performer. That truly 1 in a billion. That's amazing.
I would agree with that. 1 in a billion seems like a pretty appropriate number.
Well, I think what makes him so extraordinary, and I'm sorry, I wouldn't be saying this about any other guy unless I really believed it. It's just he takes a suplex bump to the outside. He takes that crossbody bump, and Randy Orton didn't catch him all the way, and he's still working in that same goddamn gear.
And dude, even the freaking botched suplex where he landed on his shoulder, you never would have, literally 30 seconds after that, we both forgot that it ever even happened.
Exactly. It's just his recovery. CM Punk may have the look of Wolverine, but I think Daniel Bryan has the resilience traits of a Wolverine. His anatomy can't be normal. He is a freak in there, and I love it. I'm telling you, get him in that structure. They could have an Undertaker Edge level Hell in a Cell match. Please, WWE, take the shackles off. Let them go balls out in that structure in 2 weeks, and just make it happen. Just make it happen. You have a chance to really do something magnificent here. Because if you thought that the Rhodes payoff was something, can you imagine a bloody Daniel Bryan yesing on top of the cell with the WWE Championship? That crowd will lose themselves.
Yeah.
It's all about the imagery, man. It's all about the imagery.
You mean it's not about the power anymore?
Well, no, screw David Otunga. After that, I don't even have Otunga on the brain. He can stay on HLN for all I care. Him and his legal analyst friends. Thinking he's too good for us and our non-bow ties. No, though, in all seriousness, Ashton, that was a superb main event. Absolutely superb.
Lots of fun. Glad we watched it. Glad we did live reactions. All right, I do believe that's everything. And unless you have anything to add before we close out.
Absolutely not. I just want to sign on to your sentiments of definitely search this pay-per-view. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you can find it online, or if not, if you can cough up the $15-20 to get the DVD when it comes out, I would say it's worth it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed Battleground. I know I certainly did. Great to do live reactions. Second one in a row, bud. We're on a roll. And we'll see you again for Hell in a Cell. And I think I think it's only 2 weeks, Ashton. It shouldn't be 3. I think it's only 2 weeks we'll have Hell in a Cell. So
really? I thought it was 3.
I think it may only be 2. It's really not that
big. You know
big
what I'm doing? I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
Look it up. Faster, internet, faster!
Yeah.
Today's October 6th. Yeah, it's in 3 weeks. It's October 27th.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's another 3-weeker, and then Survivor Series is 4 weeks after that. So we have 3, then 4, then TLC's probably another 4.
Got a great lineup coming, and you know what? Yeah, Battleground was truly something. So
actually, TLC's only 3 weeks after Survivor Series, so they're really going to build up to Rumble.
Oh, wow.
Whew. man, if they keep up this momentum going into Rumble, they are going to put up some record numbers next year. When football season's over, dude, when football season's over, when Cena and Sheamus get back and Bryan stays this hot, and even if Punk stays this hot, they're going to put up some of the best number that they've put up in the last at least 5 or 6 years.
No, absolutely. Dude, this road to WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, they could have record-shattering numbers with the way the product is. Because keep this in mind, they seem to be holding down the fort pretty well as far as television and pay-per-view goes without Cena and Sheamus. They're going to return eventually. And what they're returning to, I think it's just going to be... Oh my God, there aren't even words. There aren't even words. What they're going to step in when they come back and be a part of, and their presence alone is going to really just make those numbers just skyrocket. Forget glass ceilings. I think they could penetrate ceilings made out of titanium at this point.
Oh, man. All right. I think that we're going to close this out. That was your Battleground 2013 live reactions. We will be back for Hell in a Cell. And we might even do a little bit something extra at some point between Hell in a Cell and Survivor Series, but don't hold me to that.
Absolutely. You never know what's going to come from us, but we love doing this. I had a great time. Hope you guys all enjoyed Battleground 2013, and more importantly, I hope you all enjoyed our live reactions to it. We'll see you again for Hell in a Cell.
Boom!